I'm gonna show you how great I am. Great I am. Great I am.
This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew.
I'm gonna show you how great I am.
I wanna fly, can you take me far away? Give me a star to reach for, tell me what it takes, and I'll go so high, my feet won't touch the ground, extend my wings and pull the strings, I got these strings that all fall.
I'm gonna show you
sick.
how great I am.
Yeah. That was a sweet video by Parker.
Yeah, that's a badass video. It's pretty cool. Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, my brother has cerebral palsy, and yeah, that's a video he and my other brother put together. He's been grinding in the gym, just grinding, and he's pretty impressive. Like you see, like he has the TRX in his hand, and he's like walking. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, he works hard. He cycles. I think he's already cycled over 100 kilometers in August, and it's only It's the 8th.
Jeez.
He just grinds.
He's out there, eh?
Just grinding.
Does he have a goal, a kilometer goal?
Just to keep grinding. I don't know. I think he does like 40. He does like 4 5-hour rides. He'll do like 2 or 3 of those a week, and then other days he's doing like 20K.
Really?
It's crazy. Yeah.
Do you know how many K he has this year yet?
I don't know. If you guys want to pick up the convoy, I can find out.
Well, Keelan, it's been a while. How you doing? Let's reintroduce yourself to the world.
How's it feel to be? How's the new studio for you?
Yeah,
up to your
first time in the
standards?
new.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new hole.
Yeah.
That looks good. It's coming along.
Comfy over there. Can we get you anything? A water, bubbly?
This is hospitality. I'm not gonna lie. It's the couches are an upgrade from the chairs, I would say, for sure.
Yeah, it's good. Actually, I don't know. I find I like the other studio because it felt like it was so easy to like walk in a conversation. But I feel like if we get like a curtain here, it'll be more like because there's like so much distraction over there.
Yeah.
Not really distraction, but it just feels more intimate. The other one, I think.
Yeah, this one's good.
This is relaxing though.
Yeah, it's chill.
You can just be yourself.
You get people in their their own environment and letting loose a little.
Yeah, this is. I don't know. I think this intimacy is right up my alley right here. I see there's some new decor. We got a.
Oh yeah, we got a.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that thing's on or not. Yeah, this is my mother-in-law got me this for. That's my Christmas gift. Pretty badass piece of art there. I see Parker is holy shit. Parker has done 1,700 kilometers this year so far.
Whew.
What? He's cheating.
Boy,
he's cheating.
He must go through a few set of tire a year then.
I don't know. I know he's broken his bike a few times. I've had to weld it up at the shop.
That's on a single speed too, isn't it?
I think it's a single speed, and it's got the big training wheels in the back.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets gnarly on that thing. He's had a few tip overs.
That's impressive.
That's
way more mileage than I've put in this year.
Yeah, me too.
Where's that he's working out at? Is that his place or
that right there in the video? Yeah. Oh, that's my parents' basement.
That's your parents' basement.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
they've done a full setup for
that's the shop basement.
The shop where we used to where the skateboard ramps were.
Yeah, where you used to have the skate ramps. Now he's got a
Ouija board.
He's got a batting cage down there. Chase does, and then Chase has got this like full setup gym squat rack, and
Chase has got a batting cage.
Chase has got. I don't know why
he
doesn't play baseball. I don't know. He has a batting cage. But then we were in California last week, and we went to the batting cage, and it's even super impressive. Like Parker will hit the ball off like not even off a tee. It'll like the machine will shoot it, and he'll just one hand smack it. It's awesome.
With pipes like those, you can probably smash it good too.
Dude, he's probably got like his power to weight ratio is probably insane. Like he's really strong. How skinny he is. But yeah.
Wow, that's inspiring. That's cool. It's good to see him going at it like that.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah.
So you went down to Cali last week, but you were at Washougal before that.
Yeah. So my parents sold their place down there, so we had to go and pack her up and drive a vehicle back. And so we stopped at Washougal. That was unreal. Like every time you always know how badass like going to an outdoor national in the States is until you go again. You're like, oh, this is like the sickest thing ever.
Do you know how many people showed up?
Oh, it was packed. It was packed. I don't know the exact numbers, but I heard that it was the biggest crowd they've ever had there.
No way.
It was like I've been there. That's my 3rd time there, and this was by far the most amount of people I've seen.
Really?
Did you
That's
guys
crazy.
stay at the track or
No, we
No.
basically flew in late the night before. Rental cars were insane, so we had to use this like sketchy ride. Like we had to go to some guy's house and we just pick up his car and drive it because the rental cars were like $800.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
So you
If
get like
you
a
can even
taxi
get
to this
one.
guy's house.
Yeah, we
and
got
then-
an Uber to this guy's house, and then we picked it up at like midnight, and then drove it. So you got a hotel, drove to the races, got another hotel the next night, and then we dropped the thing off at his house at like 4:30 in the morning because we
No
had a
way.
super early flight.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
cool.
What app do you use for that?
I
to,
think
like,
it's
get
called Turo or something.
Turo.
Yeah, it's a thing here too.
You should just buy up a bunch of shitty old cars and rent them out.
Yeah, let them take the old Mazda out for a rip.
That's crazy if that's their highest attendance, because I think I was there in 2014 and they said there was like it was either like 50,000 people or 30,000 people. It was one or the other, but I can't really recall.
50,000 seems like a lot.
Yeah,
but
maybe it was 30. I don't know. I can't recall, but still,
Yeah.
like if it's over 30, that's still
yeah, it was
impressive for a different race.
packed. It was sick. But yeah, the racing's been awesome all year down there. It's been every moto. Have you been following it all, Keelan?
Yeah, I've been watching them. I've probably watched almost every race, but like kind of sporadically. Like I haven't watched them like consistently every weekend. Like
Yeah.
I'll watch like a moto throughout the week or something. But actually, I did. I just watched High Point a couple days ago because I never watched the one where Swole won.
Yep.
And yeah, that was a good one too. Like Swole just looked like he was on it. But it's kind of cool to see like a kind of a young gun like him that hasn't really shown his true colors yet. But it's just cool to see that like there's so many guys in that class, or any class for that matter, like show that they could win. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I was super surprised that he won that race.
Because he's not like, I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I haven't really been like following each guy individually that close.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he's not really that much of a top 10 guy every weekend. Like he's probably knocking on top 10 every weekend, but
Yeah.
he's just not there consistently. I could be wrong. I can't recall. But
yeah, I think you're right.
I thought it was cool though, just to see, like, to watch. Like even when I heard of it, like when High Point actually happened, I was like, man, that is cool just to see that. Because then it's just like like if you can see a guy that's struggling to creep into the top 10, then I guess for yourself as a racer, you can be like, well, like it's possible.
Yeah,
you know? Like even if you're getting kind of crap results weekend after weekend, like it doesn't mean you shouldn't stop believing that you can attain what you think you can attain.
Yeah, it can happen at any point. It's I even find that to be the truth with like qualifying, because I've never been like a super good qualifier, but I always feel like it kind of ruined. I'd put too much weight on it, and it would kind of ruin my confidence going into the motos. But you see guys in the States all the time that'll qualify. Like Barsha, the weekend he won Millville, qualified 12th, then he goes and wins. So
yeah,
it doesn't really mean anything.
I think same thing too. That I was watching a race for like AP qualified, like outside the top 10, and then he was getting podiums.
Yeah,
that I can't remember which race that was, but I was talking to somebody the other day about that, where I was like, man, some of my best weekends have come when like the world's just on fire.
Yeah,
like I remember having a weekend where like just like our tents were broken and like all this crap was happening, and like I even think I had like a poor qualifying session, but then go out and get like 4th and a 5th.
Yeah.
Or there was one weekend where I only had one set of gear all day, and I had to wear like a t-shirt in practice and qualifying too. I literally wore like a long sleeve t-shirt in practice and then that set of pants, and I qualified 3rd. And so this t-shirt just reeked after qualifying. And then I wore the same pants and the same set of gear for both motos, and I like did okay in the motos, but it was like regardless still a sweet day.
Yeah, it goes to show you can't let all that shit like really ruin your day, because it's a lot of that stuff by the time the gate drops, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, or not just like put so much emphasis on everything being like so tedious or being so tidy and perfect.
Yeah, that's totally true. Because it's probably never gonna. You have to be adaptable, because it's never gonna be perfect. So like you just have to learn to deal with it and move on.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's probably what makes a lot of those guys a lot of those top guys so good is their ability to just roll with the punches. Like, I mean, if you look at some of those guys and their like travel schedule and all that, like they're moving a lot, you know, and like there's probably not a ton of consistency in their life other than knowing that they got to be on a flight to the race like Thursday night or Friday morning and then back on another flight like the night of the race or the next morning.
Yeah, and some guys are going like to Florida. Oh, then they'll go back to California for a couple weeks, and it's just kind of all over the map.
Yeah.
And they probably have like flights delayed and rental car issues. I'm sure it's always some kind of shit show.
Yeah, I remember like I actually watched a vlog not too long ago. I think it was one of Christian Craig's, and they kind of like showed a little clip where they're kind of like pre-planning some stuff, and they were like pre-planning a lot of stuff like way in advance, but you got to wonder like how much of that stuff actually sticks.
Yeah,
and yeah, like I mean, all their flights are pre-planned in advance, but like, what if Craig got sick or his little kid got sick or like just there's all these things that probably could have happened that kind of detoured them from what they're trying to do, you know, like I don't know. But anyways, like the point I'm trying to make is that it's like I think those guys deal like with a lot of adversity in their personal lives and they still show up and perform on the weekend, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you just got to be able to put all your emotions aside when the gate drops. Just go get the job done.
Well, that's what kind of makes them champions, right? Is they can have the mental fortitude to do that.
Yeah,
and they're like you see the same kind of dudes in the top 10 every weekend. I mean, to be fair to some of the guys outside of the top 10, like a lot of those guys in the top 10 are like they've been there for a long time.
Yeah, like think about Mooskin. Can't even get like, well, he had a better round at Washougal, but before that he hadn't even had a better. I think like 6th was his best moto finish.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got to be nuts just to be Marvin and just struggling to get in the top 5.
Well, and where's Marvin go back to after the break's done here? Do you think he's back up front? Do you think that was it? Washougal's turning the page, or do you think he's back to Marv come?
I don't know.
Who's the next race? Unadilla?
Yeah, I think it's Unadilla next weekend.
So,
I mean, that's typically a Euro style track, they say. But
Rowdy, not like super berm, like not berm blasting. I don't know. I don't know. You never really know with any of these guys.
Yeah. You gotta wonder too, like at some point when is their subconscious just like over it, you know? Like maybe they're trying to tell themselves every weekend, like, yep, like I'm just as hungry as I was when I was 22.
Yeah.
But like their subconscious, like, fuck, man, I'm over this.
Yeah.
I'm over the roost, I'm over the traveling, I'm over like, yeah, I don't know. Like a part of you has to wonder, like, does a Mooscan deal with that? Does an Osborne deal with that? Like you see a lot of these guys, it's getting tougher and tougher for them to repeat their championships now.
Yeah.
Like it's actually impressive to me that Webb even got a second championship in the 450 class with what's going on. And it's impressive that he did it with a gap year. Cause like it's really tough to like come back the second year and repeat your championship. But the fact that he like kind of buckled down again.
Yeah.
And got another one after that, like, because I mean,
well, do you think if it wasn't for the crash in, was it 2019, 2020? I guess 2020. Do you think he would have won that one?
No, I don't think he would have.
You don't think he would have got it, even given up all those points that night?
Nah, Tomac still beat him by over a race. And Tomac had more in him too. Like at the last round, he like
you gotta
just
think
took a fourth.
I think it still would have been closer.
It would.
I think Webb, because he rode the next round hurt. Like, there's no way
that's true,
right?
Yeah.
So did he give up a few points there?
Yeah. I guess he wasn't quite like the same Webb that you had seen in 2019, but yeah, that's, to be fair, he was pretty damn solid in 2020 as well. But yeah, still, like, he crashed. He was dealing with adversity, and it's tough. Like, that's probably in 2019 he was dealing with some sort of crap that kind of was at least trying to derail. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when is the last time we've seen someone win a title, not win the title the next year, and then win the title? I guess probably Dungey did it. Villapoto and him probably swapped.
Well, Dungey had like the 4 years between.
Yeah,
right?
because Villapoto won 3 in a row,
streak.
or
Yeah.
4 in a
Yeah.
row.
Yeah.
Well, and then I guess with Webb too this year, like there's probably a moment where maybe not for him because he's been there, seen everything. Like it's just he knows that's how racing goes. But like maybe at one point this year he was like, holy crap, like this title might be a little out of reach. Like Roxon had his points where he was just like dead solid. But then when Roxon kind of crumbled a little bit, he was there to like capitalize on every single mistake.
Yeah.
And made sure that those points kind of fell in his lap. So yeah.
He's super smart racer. Just like his racecraft is really good, but he plays the series really well too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's Roxon kind of crumbled last weekend too.
Big time.
Yeah, I guess he was sick.
Yeah.
It looked like he was tired.
Yeah. Well, when you're sick, you'll be tired.
I get it.
Kind of,
sure.
What are they saying he's dealing with?
I guess he just had like a weekend flu or whatever.
Oh, really? It's kind of like the same. Like he struggles with health like every year, though. It's I
same time of year, like halfway through the season.
Yeah. It's like he never seems to get a full series under his belt where he's feeling like 100%. But I feel like that's just everybody deals with that. But at the same time, we're so used to seeing these guys at the front that are just so solid every weekend, which I mean could get you into a whole other debate as to why, but
yeah,
but I don't know if that's really necessary. So
yeah, but Ferrandis, holy shit, he's got like almost a full race lead. He's got like 34 points or something stupid.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's actually that whole Ferrandis obviously on another level, but then also to see like Plessinger totally turn his whole like demeanor around at the races, like from being a guy that probably did not want to be there to being a guy that's just like he's up front having a good time, like the personality that everybody loves. Like you can tell he's just stoked being at the races, and all because it was just like a small switch in management,
Yeah, it's actually crazy just to see like the difference in his mood. Like he's so happy, and he always was before, but it's like he looks like a different guy, like off the track even.
Yeah, for sure. I'd even like me being a guy that rides a Yamaha now, like if I ever had the opportunity just to ride their bike, just not for suspension or anything like that, but just to see like what they did to make it so light, because they were talking about, like I've listened to a few videos and stuff like with Ferrandis and maybe like a couple of mechanics talking about how their 450 is lighter than a production 250.
That's insane.
And I'm like, man, that must like actually be a really good bike to ride,
They got to be like right on the weight limit.
Yeah, and it's got to be pretty comparable to like, I mean, maybe their 250F. I don't know. I don't know how light they make their 250F, but
yeah, think about how like everyone knows that Yamaha 250F is like a super good bike, super fast. It handles really good. It's got really good straight line stability, and yeah, if you can make that 450 feel like that, that's huge.
Yeah, like even like the production 250 is really nimble and really light itself, and has a strong motor. So yeah, I mean, curious to know what they did, all they did to those bikes. Like I know they got like a few tie parts from FMF, and a lot of the bike has like aluminum bolts on it, which is really light, not so much strong, but like you save a lot of weight with aluminum.
Can they do aluminum bolts?
Yeah, that's
lighter than tie bolts.
Yeah, aluminum's lighter than tie.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that would be strong enough. But
so if you were
to just strip them out super easy.
Yeah, well, that's the issue. And also, so if you were to look at a photo of their bikes, like maybe a close up or maybe like watch a video of something, half the bike has like aluminum and then the other half has tie. So like in the areas where let's say like a clutch cover, they got to take a clutch out really quick, they'll put tie in because it's really strong, and they don't want them like fucking up when they're putting
they're like scrambling to put a clutch cover on. They don't want to just be hammering them with the impact and stripping them.
Yeah, the impact breaks the bolt or whatever, or it's like, I guess on those like left and right side covers, they'll put the tie in too, just because like you get a lot of rocks down there and stuff. So it's like they've done a lot of smart things with that bike to really dial it in for those guys. But it sounds like that's kind of one of the major components to making that bike quite a bit lighter was adding aluminum parts.
Yeah.
One, are they on the air fork or?
Actually, that's true too. I think
They
That's a
run
big
they run
difference
the
right
air fork.
there.
They
Yeah.
run the same fork that I ran in on my Yamaha in 20 whatever year that 15.
I think it's like the PSF one
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, so I'd say that's what at least 4 or 5 pounds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
actually yeah.
I don't know what an air fork weighs compared to a spring one, but
Yeah, I think you probably save a good like
it's got to be a chunk.
4 or 5 pounds with just
Yeah.
removing springs.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it was nuts. Like, you never really think of Tomac as being like a real fan favorite, right? But dude, at Washougal, it was
Yeah.
bananas how wild everyone was for him. Like
really.
on the podium, Sexton went up, and it was like he did his podium thing, and it was like, yeah, the people were cheering. As soon as Tomac walked up, it was like 10 minutes of just Eli, Eli, Eli. It was nuts. It's like one of those moments that just like kind of gives you goosebumps and just like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
That's cool. I feel
Jeez.
like Eli and AP are like American heroes
Yeah,
for moto right now. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
they almost like
AP for sure.
Yeah.
He's turning into that like
Yeah.
pop culture icon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how do you not like the guy? Like,
Yeah, he's almost like like you know how like there's those icons in each sport. He's almost like kind of becoming that guy
Yeah,
where
yeah.
people just want to see him on the podium.
yeah.
It's like he's a for real Ronnie Mack, like a guy who can go win, but off the track is just
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, he wears the American flag and everything.
Yeah,
that's
no, he's
crazy.
awesome.
Yeah.
That shake of the mullet on the podium.
Yeah.
Like, how can you beat stuff like that?
Yeah.
But you can't hate on the guy for that. Like, is there people out there hating on him?
The biggest thing I've heard is like that he puts on that Southern accent because he's definitely feels like he's got a lot more Southern in the last couple like year or so. He's like, you listen to his like to do that stupid. They ask you stupid questions between. He's like, "What's your favorite sport?" He's like, "I'll say NASCAR." Like, what do you do in your free time? I like go fishing.
Like old fishing.
What would you do if you weren't a pro motocross racer? Probably diesel mechanic. Everyone else is like, oh yeah, I would have been a pro snowboarder. I would have been a pro BMX rider. Like, yeah, sure you would have, buddy.
Yeah. That's funny. That's great. He's from like Kentucky or something.
No, he's not even. He's from Ohio. He's not even from a southern state.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was. I guess he followed GNCC for a while. And that's
Yeah.
about as
Yeah,
redneck
that's
as it gets.
redneck,
So
yeah.
maybe that's where his accent came from.
Yeah.
What do you boys think of this new Triumph news?
I'm intrigued.
You're intrigued.
What's this?
You haven't heard about this?
Triumph?
Triumph is making a motocross bike, and they're
I thought they like went out of business.
no.
No,
They put out a press
they're
release like
going into business, not
Into
out of
business.
business.
so they put out a press release a couple weeks ago, and they're gonna actually do they're gonna do a team, and apparently they've been
Yeah.
talking with JGR about JGR taking over the Triumph, like the team.
Is Triumph gonna like actually build a bike?
It's not like
in-house?
it's
Like
not like a
a-
KTM. It's
yeah.
not like it's American
All
made.
original.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
that's I've
cool.
I've heard a lot of opinions from like kind of higher up guys, like listening to some podcasts and stuff, saying that they think an American made motorcycle would turn around the sport.
You think so, eh?
Yeah, I can't remember the reasons as to why, but they were just like all hot
I'd
and
be
horny
interested to
for.
hear why, because
Yeah,
how do they figure that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's a little bit to like bringing it like since there's like so much passion behind like racing, but there's no actual like American brands or something. I can't
I
really
feel like
recall.
that's such a small market to put a motorcycle sale onto is like just
Yeah.
American.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like Americans do love American made. So,
Oh yeah, I bet it would
uh,
sell it. It would sell like crazy, even if it's a shit bike. People would buy it.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
But yeah, apparently they have Tedesco and Carmichael developing it.
Yeah.
Really, no way.
So I don't know how long this is going to take
Was
to
this
get
on
here.
the Pulp Show?
They
I-
talked about it on the poll. I've
I-
listened to it on a few different.
I thought it's like they're putting a team out in like 2 years, like
Yeah.
23. The team's out.
No
I
way.
don't think they.
So they must have been working
yeah.
on this bike already for a while.
Oh, if they're
then.
like
Yeah.
Tedesco's already rode Supercross on it, so they
Oh,
must have like
okay,
a pretty
yeah.
decent bike already.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was good or if it was bad or what the deal was with it. But
You got to figure like for a manufacturer to come into it, they could do what KTM did, right? And just like buy this, buy that, kind of create a frame, a chassis essentially,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
makes-
Buy the brakes,
make some
buy the
cases.
clutch.
Like
Yeah.
otherwise, they buy the rest of their components and stuff from. Well, I guess they own those places now,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
You know what would be brilliant is if they can make a bike cheap enough, which it sounds like is kind of difficult to do in the States at this point in time, but make a bike cheap enough that appeals to the market that doesn't want to go buy a $12,000 motorcycle. Because
well,
like,
yeah,
like how the hell do you get new people into the sport when they know like they see these bikes getting trashed, but they got to fork up $12K to buy one of them.
man, I want to go buy a new bike so bad, but I'm not spending $12K for a
Yeah.
bike. Like I'm just
It's the price of a
there's
sled.
so much other stuff I want to spend that money on.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep riding the same clapped out bike for now. and-
Yeah.
Well, that's why you gotta buy. They gotta make the. Well, actually, that new YZ125. What's the price like on that thing?
I don't know.
Does
Let's,
anyone
let's
know?
get that up here.
Yeah, because that thing looks pretty cool, and I think I kind of like what Honda's doing. How they keep their previous model at a cheaper price. So like people that don't want to go buy the new model and spend the extra $2,000 to buy like the 2022 or whatever, they keep their. They still sell. They still make. They still produce like the 2020 model
The
just at a
older
cheaper
model.
price. Yeah.
Huh. What? Oh, man, I wish I could remember what brand was it that went out of business? It was a cruiser brand. Oh man, I can't even.
You're gonna have
I
to get
can't
Chris
recall.
on this one too.
Yeah, it was recent too. Like they stopped all production and everything.
Really, I didn't hear anything about that.
I thought it was Triumph.
Nah, man, they're all in.
Maybe they're making a resurgence.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, we should have another guest joining us here, maybe momentarily. Said he'd be here at 7. It's now 7:22. So, yeah. What are you looking up?
How much a YZ125 is?
Yeah, probably like still like $9,000. I don't know.
How the fuck do you even do this? Adventures.
You have your drop board thing here.
No.
No, we got to get some more drops.
Let's see here.
Here we go. All right, here we go. 2021 YZ125X. What's an X?
That's the off-road
That's
model.
off-road. Okay, so not that. Here we go. ML. Yeah. It says 7,500
So that's the
or
old
7,600 is MSRP. So by the time you get it out
You're
the
8.
door at the store, you're probably 9.
Yeah, you're right.
Because a lot of
PDI,
these places,
freight.
freight. That I don't know if Yamaha's like KTM where the dealer has to build it.
I
Or
don't
can you
think
take
so.
the bike home
You
in
can
the
take.
box?
I've taken hundreds of Yamahas home in a crate. but-
Well, that's the way it always was, but KTM's not such, right?
So that's the 21 model. Do you see they made that brand new 2022 all new bike?
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. You probably can't find the price on it.
Hold on. Let's...
It's gonna be US, but hopefully it's not like $10,000. Because that's what we need. We need a bike that's like
saying MSRP from Yamaha Motor Canada 8,200.
so not a huge jump, but I still feel like we
Not
need a
for-
bike that's
yeah.
like not a stupid
You need a
TTR.
$6,500 bike. That's
Yeah,
what you need. Like,
8,200 is
it's still a lot
ridiculous.
of money, man. Like
For
for a
like,
120 for a bike that everybody kind of looks at as a useless, bike other than to learn on.
Yeah.
I can't seem to find which motorcycle.
You might have been
company it was.
having a dream.
It does say here though that Harley Davidson is pulling out of India, the world's biggest motorcycle market.
Oh wow. What's that about?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Harley's decision comes weeks after Toyota said it wouldn't expand further in India due to the country's high tax regime.
I think I know what you
Oh.
might have been remembering was Kawasaki selling like ditching part of their motorcycle thing, like their
Maybe it was one of their lineups.
Their street bike
one of their
lineups?
lineups. They're not like ditching a lineup, but their whole like motorcycle business, they're just like putting it offshore, kind of.
Yeah, that's
Like-
actually what it says here too. Is that Kawasaki to spin off motorcycle business in 2021?
Okay,
I don't know, in October 2021.
so that's right now.
Yeah, right now.
Gosh, I wish I could remember. I thought it was Victory. Was it Victory?
Yeah, it could-
Victor,
Victory.
no,
Motorcycle?
Victory's.
I thought was it them?
Aren't they part of
It's driving me nuts now.
what's the Yamaha line?
No,
Oh,
that you're
that's,
thinking
that's
of the
V-Star.
V-Star.
yeah,
It's Victory is its own brand.
Yeah.
Victory. Okay, it's driving me nuts. I'm sorry. I have to figure it out.
There we go. We're all there we go. My boom was a little jacked up there for a bit.
After 21 years of production, Victory Motorcycles has ceased production.
Damn. Who even sells them in Canada? Is there a bike shop in town that sells them?
I thought Blackfoot did.
Oh, they probably did.
It's too bad because a Victory bike has the appeal for cruiser aficionados without some of the, shall we say, nefarious associations of a Harley Davidson. Good information.
Where's this guest you said was it?
No, he's on about an hour and a half late, but he'll show up at some point, I bet. Anyways, what else is going on? We got a lot that's happened since the last time we did a pod. We got Chris. Is this the first pod we did since you got married? He's tied the knot.
I think when was the last one? Boston?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I had been married by then or not, but either way, it was right around that time.
Yeah. So how's it feel? Like what's going on? What's the status? You fighting more yet?
No, it's actually been better.
Yeah.
We're fighting less. We're fighting the world a little more. No, things are good. I mean, it's kind of nice that like leading up to the wedding, things were so hectic. I mean, you know what that's like, right?
Yeah.
But no, it was good. It was a good fun time. It's been kind of nice to chill a little bit, even though we're still going. It's, I don't know, the pressure's off, I should say. So
yeah, it is kind of like a big weight off. Even like once you get to your wedding and it's all like set up. And, because we were scrambling for a little bit.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say even the morning of, like you're watching me set up, and I think there's a few times you caught me and you're just like, don't worry about it. It's like, okay, yeah, don't worry about it. Let's just keep going. It'll all turn out. And it actually ended up being super fun.
Yeah, it was a badass wedding. Yeah. I don't know. Has there ever been there's not very many weddings that usually end up sucking, is there? Like most times it's just like so full of love and it's like, it's hard to.
Well, you go in with that, just like you say, that not expectation, but just, I don't know, the vibe is different. Nobody's going there to have a bad time or with a grudge or anything.
Yeah.
You want to go there. You want to see your friends, enjoy this, great day. I remember that's what it was like at your wedding. I just wanted to see you guys have this best day of your life. It's supposed to be, right?
We were in a pretty bitchin' location too for Jared's wedding. So it was like pretty hard to not have a good time.
Yeah, that's a big part of it too.
Yeah. So. Well, it was the same at Landon's too. Like that place, like we always go there to ride, but how often you look at the scenery and like
pretty magical, like in the afternoon when
the sun came down.
Sun comes down, it gets kind of cool at night.
Yeah. No, it was really, really nice, and it wouldn't have been possible without help from all the friends that made it happen, because we were being cheap and didn't want to buy help, so we made you do it.
Yeah, no, I was happy to help. It was I like doing that. Anytime I can like take some weight off someone's shoulders and just help, like whatever I can, I'm all there. So
sounds good. No, still dicking around with these rental company though.
Still,
the curtains and
because we stapled them.
Yeah, because we stapled the curtains, and so I guess one of the rods is forgotten out at Landon's. I still haven't gone out and gotten it. Yeah, we left one out there. Must be just in a pile somewhere.
Yeah, I bet it's in that pile.
And then you remember that one broken one?
Yeah.
They're blaming us for that. They're like, "Oh, we got security footage of you loading it into the trailer," and I'm like, "No, I want to see this." So
security footage of you doing what with it? Smashing it.
I'm like, no, that was your guy, because they were like passing it down to us from the loading dock, which was probably a 4-foot tall loading dock, and then the guy standing up there, and he just threw it down on the ground to give to us. So it wedged the end into it.
Yeah,
and they're blaming us for that. So, I mean, there's still some troubles going on, but I'm kind of just over it at this point. I'm like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, at least it's over and done with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they want. What did they say? Shit about how we stapled the.
Well, I didn't even ask about the curtains yet. I was like, okay, well, because they were first upset about the missing bar, and I was like, okay, well, give me some time to go out there and get it. I'm not going out there, within a day. Give me a couple weeks. It's been more than that now, but. Yes, and charged for all this stuff. So, like, they didn't even call us before they were doing it. They just went and charged it all. Yeah. So, whatever. We'll deal with it. Move on. tell them, all right, well, give me the curtains. We'll use them down here.
Yeah,
in the
there you go.
Possum Hall."
If you don't want, I'll take these.
Mine.
If you're gonna charge me for them, we'll just take the curtains.
Because they were like what 14-foot curtains, and we put a staple in the like bottom foot of it. So what are they gonna do? Cut the bottom of the curtain off, rehem it, and use them as a 12-foot curtain? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's what I would do with it. But whatever. I kind of knew that was gonna happen with something that day. Like, one thing's gonna get wrecked, and we're gonna end up getting charged for it. But I didn't mind it. It's okay.
I wonder if that happens like pretty frequently at weddings.
bet.
You know,
I bet.
maybe that industry, like people in that industry, they're just trying to capitalize on what
Yeah.
they can, make a quick buck. I don't know.
Rental stuff's always like that. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Sounds like it could be Todd. Yep, there he is. There's our guest.
But yeah. Otherwise, yeah, life's been good.
You've been
since.
motoing down, eh?
Been motoing down. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I think I've
nice.
gotten 6 or 7 rides in
Ooh,
now.
just
since.
grinding.
Yeah. For 3
Grinding.
days a week.
How's the track been?
Not bad. I mean, I'm mostly just having fun riding, so I'm not really paying too much attention to it. I mean, there's some sections where it's like, yeah, dry and dusty, and then the next section's really good, and then there's a corner that's just gravel because it's where we stacked all the gravel up for a couple of years and changed the layout. But overall, it's been so fun that I don't even care if something's not quite right like I used to.
It's pretty crazy with all the smoke.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Is this? I feel like this is just the new normal, and
right?
it's just summers are smoking.
Every summer is going to be that way.
It's been like that the last 3 or 4 summers. So.
Yeah, it's
That
kind of a
sucks.
bummer. It seems like I remember 2019 being really bad. And then I was here for a couple days that were pretty bad this year too.
Well, do we got to redo a whole intro here for him? Yeah.
Are we still rolling?
Oh, yeah,
or
we're
you
still going. I was just kidding.
We have the guest of the hour, Todd Sewell.
There we are.
Todd's been on quite a few of these pods lately.
Still coming in all dusty, dirty, straight from the shop. Nice. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna get his mic.
Oh,
on
dude,
there we go.
Can we? I wonder if it's possible to get some photo of this topper, this truck, this van topper on this. That's sick.
Is it?
The banana van.
Pull her up a
Pull
bit.
the mic up a bit.
Hello.
There we go.
There it is.
Can you hear yourself? Can you hear us?
Talking to pull it up so you talk into this if you can.
Hello. There we
Yeah,
go.
that's
Sounds like
better.
a spaceship when we're
Yeah.
all whacking the things around.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
honestly we need some better boom stands and some better booms.
Yeah.
Kind of the $20 booms don't last that long.
No.
But- Anyways, what's up? Todd was just grinding at the shop or what?
Yeah. No, I was just cleaning up because I was too lazy to get everything done yesterday. So I had to
Procrastinating.
go in on a Sunday.
There you go. Anyway, so how was your summer, Keelan? How was it? Was it a good time?
It's good. I'm hanging out with you guys.
There you go.
Summer's not over yet.
Yeah.
So you're back for good?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Care to elaborate, or you want to just glaze over that?
We're just gonna.
It's up to you. We don't have to talk about it.
Keelan wants to take a time machine from this part of the podcast to about half an hour from that.
Basically, I sat on the wrong toilet seat and got sick.
Shit.
Them
Yeah.
Was
toilet
it-
seats will get you.
Yeah, them outhouses.
Are they
they'll-
porta johns or what?
Yeah, them porta johns. They'll really creep up on you.
Oh man, one time we were at Raymond. It was like amateur nationals, and I'm waiting to go in the into the shitter, and Pete DeGraff's in there, and he just like you hear this big. It's like the brand new outhouse, and it's just you hear a big splash, and it's like, motherfucker, splash my asshole.
That's literally the worst, man.
So
You
bad.
get like you're like kind of stoked because you're in like a clean, brand new
Yeah,
outhouse,
yeah.
but then you take a dump and it just soaks the bottom.
You're so nasty.
Oh,
What I
yeah.
do is I go in because we. Oh fuck. Usually those are the ones that already have. They still have like 3 rolls of paper towel. or
Yeah.
toilet paper. You just like use like half one. You make like a pillow for your shit to fall on, so it
Yeah.
doesn't make a tidal wave.
Yeah.
Or make like a little like pie weave on the seat.
Yeah.
And it just like catches.
Oh, dude, I had to do it on them stool samples the other day. It's
Oh.
rough. It like ruins your whole day. It's just like, fuck.
A stool just because you had to like poop in a bag or
No,
what?
like
Why
they
does
gave
it-
so they gave me this like little. It's like you go into the concession and buy like chicken nuggets in. It's like these little tray
like a
thing.
little like paper tray.
Yeah, and I'm like
Yeah.
trying to use it. I'm like, I don't know how I'm supposed to hold this and shit into this thing at the same time. So I'm like, okay, screw that. I went and grabbed one of the Tupperware containers and just set it in the toilet and
What?
just went in
Yeah,
there.
man.
Like here in your house? Or?
No, I went to the outhouse. No,
Well, I
yeah,
don't
of
know.
course here.
I don't know if it was at the hospital.
No,
or
it was here. It
something.
wasn't that. It's just like
everyone's wondering why you're carrying like a fucking tray.
No,
in
I
the
just
bathroom.
shit into the thing and
Oh,
I
yeah.
had to scoop it out. It ruined my day.
Ruined my day.
Did you? Oh, I don't even want to get into details.
You never had to do that?
No, man. I might here soon. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been through all sorts of tests, but not that one.
So just blood work, basically, urine.
Blood and urine, yeah. But
Hmm.
yeah, the toilet seat, it got me, man. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Where else can you blame?
Did the toilet seat have a name? Did you get intimate with it? I know you're all about intimacy today, so
Wear protection.
Oh, shit. It was one of them toilet seats in Quebec.
we got to
probably.
start giving Keelan a rubber Porta John condom that he can stretch over the top
Yeah,
of the
just
toilet
saran
seat.
wrap the toilet and then cut a hole in the center.
I've seen that people have taken this in like Dragon's Den or Shark Tank. I've seen like a few different ones. People trying to like make toilet seat covers,
Yeah,
and they just never work.
Actually, that's true. I did see something on it was like Dragon's Den or something.
Yeah.
And this one lady was talking about how her son died from like some sort of infection from a toilet seat.
Oh,
So she
wow.
invented this like little kind of like cover for a toilet.
so
Maybe
pretty
maybe
soon
that's what I
everybody's
got.
just gonna be like walking around with this like toilet seat that clips on everywhere.
Oh,
You
that's
gotta
a
go
good
take a
idea,
shit.
yeah.
You just wear it
It's
like a
a
backpack.
neck pillow.
Neck pillow, neck pillow toilet seat. Yeah, it's a 3-in-1.
That's should be our show title.
Right.
Neck pillow toilet seat.
I'd hate to see what you get on the back. of your
No, but have you?
back.
Sometimes they do have them in the bath. It's like the thinnest.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
little
we
tissue
And
paper.
I don't know how you
yeah.
keep it on the seat. I've never actually tried to use it.
I think a lot of places they still use like squat toilets. It sounds like
Oh
the
yeah,
cleanest
yeah,
way to
yeah.
go.
They're like
really.
You're
Well,
talking
like a
about
lot of different
other
countries.
parts of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, the
Apparently, that's the
whole-
most efficient way to do it.
Yeah,
Just-
there you go.
You get like good back alignment and just comes
Oh,
flying
you
out.
guys
of
get that squatty potty.
where you like
the
lift
stool.
your lift your legs up,
Yeah.
straightens your back out.
Optimal shitting position.
yeah. Oh man, thinking of that, I was talking to Todd about this last night. I was listening. I don't know if you guys listen to this podcast with a Rogan podcast. It's with this girl who escaped from North Korea.
I
Oh,
heard about
Sloan was
this.
telling me
It's
about that.
insane. Like I had no idea how. Like I knew it was fucked up over there. I didn't know it was like genocide over there,
Yeah.
like concentration camps and public executions. You get executed. So you apparently in every house you have to have a picture of Kim Jong on your wall, and they'll have people that come and inspect it. And if it has dust on it, if it's too low, if it's not in the right spot, you can get sent to your concentration camp.
That's
and-
nuts.
And
man.
if so, your house burns down, you have to get that painting out. And public executions are like mandatory. I'm not gonna like ruin the whole pod. It's like 3-hour podcast. It's nuts. And
Yeah.
it's like crazy how we like never hear about this shit.
Yeah, they like control all their media.
Well, it's
there
all through
basically-
China, right?
There
Yeah.
basically is no media over there.
Yeah, they have one channel and it's like the Korean news or whatever.
Just a picture of
But-
Kim.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that like their whole regime is propped up by China, and that's why like you don't hear about any of this stuff is because it's all like China like censors everything, right? So, and apparently like
Wow.
this chick wrote a book, and when she was publishing the book, they executed her whole family
Yeah.
and like even her neighbors.
What?
It's fucked. Like
Wow.
it's insane.
Just to like punish her? How'd she get out unscathed?
She goes into the whole story. It's nuts.
Jeez. All right. That will be on tomorrow's agenda.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'd recommend anyone listen to that podcast. It's just good to like be like have that stuff be.
That kind of a podcast will put your whole life in perspective.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, that's
no
what she
kidding.
says too, and
Just-
she's
yeah.
talking about how like everyone's so fucking. All these woke people are so triggered by everything. It's like you don't even know what real oppression is.
No.
You
Yeah.
come from you escape from communist country, and then you get to Canada or America, and you go to university, and they're telling you how like, oh, if anything I say in this class is hurts your feelings, you don't have to be here, you can leave, and it's like just a weird thing.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, I guess when you hear a story like that, it's like almost makes you just like kind of bite your tongue.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Because that like you hear about some of the stuff that people are just getting all hot and bothered by nowadays. It's kind of ridiculous.
oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
a
not
lot of it. Well, life's too easy here. I think that's why there's people just looking for things to be upset about.
Yeah, I wonder like how much of it is actually like people are just looking for something to get behind and I don't know, just
Yeah, don't have a purpose, so they need something to work
yeah.
towards.
Yeah,
If they and like if they think it's virtuous and
yeah,
the
yeah.
right thing to do, they'll get behind it.
Yeah.
We're just checking the stream.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, we're streaming.
Like
We're live.
There was something pretty recent, like, or there's like all these people trying to band together, trying to get Dr. Seuss canceled,
Yeah.
and it's like what is seriously, like the stuff that they're all upset about was all written back in like the 70s.
Yeah, well, earlier
Well,
than that, I
that
think,
yeah.
but-
you're not being judged in the time period you're in. You're being judged for something like 200 years after the fact now.
exactly
Yeah.
right. So
The world
who knows
changed
what we're doing right
drastically.
now?
Oh, we're gonna be
That-
screwed. This
that-
podcast is
Oh,
gonna get us
for sure. Yeah.
totally
who
canceled.
knows?
Well, I mean, we're not
Or
really
200 years from now, everybody's going to be like in. Have you seen that movie Idiocracy?
Oh
No.
yeah,
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so good, so good.
Yeah.
is it?
It's
Oh, yeah. Just
amazing.
dumber than a sack of bricks. Everybody, there's like TV shows are just people getting kicked in the nuts.
Yeah, and it's like you see,
Having a rough go
Yeah.
with the booms today.
yeah, it's like they got their giant TV, and then it's just the center, and the rest is ads around the whole thing. It's like it's exactly how you like see little parts of our lives going.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
hilarious.
amazing. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, Jared, the technician. Let's just turn that off so it's not so. Oh, let's try that. How's that, Todd?
Hello, yeah, there we go.
Whoa.
Just had to face it the right
It
way.
was backwards.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, these mics are kind of.
They don't
They're
have a
shit.
360.
Yeah, everything's
Oh, that's good though. At least it's not picking up all the external sound.
Yeah, actually, these mics for like those first mics we had, we spent like $200 a mic. These are like $20, and they're probably better.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, those other ones are versatile, but they're
They're only meant for using one. Like you
Yeah.
use that one and plug it into your
Yeah,
computer.
it's great for like if you're
Yeah.
doing if we had Keelan on Skype, that's what
Yeah.
we'd
Oh,
do
like
for
an
that.
interview or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
like some But otherwise, it's a little complex getting all those USBs together.
Yeah. So what's the latest drama in the series? Who can we shit on? We need to get some. We need to
Shit
create
on.
some controversy or we'll go viral. We can shit on someone, I'm sure.
Oh,
Well,
man.
shit on Keelan.
He's having a problem with shitting.
yeah,
on
yeah,
himself
I was
right
gonna say
now.
he's having some shit problems as it is.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, the
Okay.
series been all right. Like it was pretty good out there.
How's the moto format? The new moto format? That's interesting.
It's I don't know, like pros and cons. It was a little frustrating at first because like they were just changing it every weekend, but it I mean it more so benefits them. Well, I shouldn't say benefits them. They're kind of scheduling it that way so that they can work around their TV times.
Right.
Yeah.
But like we were starting at kind of like random times in the day, and like I don't think like there was one day I don't think we started till after lunchtime.
Yeah, I seen that. I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell? That's so weird.
And
Like first motos didn't start till after lunch.
Well,
the practice.
Practice. Oh, holy.
it's kind
Yeah.
of
That was
weird
Walton,
that,
wasn't it?
that
Oh wait, yeah, I saw the streamer or what was it results for that
Yeah.
day. And it was like I checked at like 1:00 and
Yeah.
nothing had happened yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
how the 15-minute moto extravaganza.
It was kind of cool, like just something different. I don't know, like I feel like I kind of had a tough time wrapping my head around being like like let's say if I got a good result, I had a tough time wrapping my head around it, like being proud of it, just because it was like a 15-minute
Yeah.
moto, and you don't work all winter to race like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So other than like maybe it would have been kind of cool if you got like a good result each moto. So but it was something different. It sounds like it's gonna come back for next year at maybe more than one round. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm fine with it doing like a one-off, but you got to have the 30+2s.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like when I talk to people at the races, it just sounds like racing's kind of in a tough spot right now because they're trying to like rise from the ashes of 2020 and whatever, and so they're trying to think outside the box to make things more exciting and more, I guess, appealing as far as spectatorship goes. So like to be honest, like those 30-minute motos in Canadian racing is kind of boring. Like I actually went back
to watch.
to watch.
Yeah,
I
a lot of the
agree.
time.
if you're not
you're right.
invested in it, like
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a new fan,
if you don't have
by like
someone
the
to watch,
15-minute mark,
Yeah.
you either don't know who's winning or you probably only know like the first 3 positions.
Yeah.
After that, it
Yeah.
just gets a little messy.
Yeah. And like I went back and watched quite a few of the races on the Flow Sports app, and I actually I heard quite a few people say that they weren't impressed with like the production, but from what I've seen compared to last year on the Two Wheel Sports app, like it's actually not bad.
It's getting better.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the
The
production's
first
good.
weekend was rough for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the way that stuff goes, right? But
Yeah,
I've been noticing they've been throwing in little extra things each week, like little graphics here and there.
Yeah.
They're trying to do different stuff.
trying to be creative.
Yeah. It'd be nice. I can't read the running order ever.
They don't even have it up there a lot of the time. That's the only.
Yeah.
That's my only complaint. I
Yeah,
want to see the
yeah.
running order.
But otherwise, I kind of like some of the stuff they're
Yeah.
doing. It's
Yeah.
good.
Is this for the live feeds or is this
Yeah.
like a
My
actual
feed.
Yeah.
They have it on
program?
TV too. I think not
Is
in Canada,
is the
but
program just an hour long, all 4 motos, like they used to do like years ago?
yeah. No, they actually show the full motos now. It's
Oh,
not
they
like
do?
when they used to
Yeah.
do like they'd show like 30-minute moto and then they'd show like 10 minutes of it.
Yeah. So in a way, that was
It-
kind of bad, but it goes back to what I was saying, like 30 minutes is hard to watch.
Yeah,
So
no,
if you break
Yeah.
Those
4
felt
motos
action-packed.
into half that,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
easy to watch. And like Travers and
Oh,
Yeah,
Costa.
Yeah.
They made a good
they're
day.
pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
It was almost a joke, but
Yeah.
it made it entertaining for just about anybody to watch.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we need a little more comedy.
Well,
or
Galdy's
what?
not bad. He's
Yeah,
like
Galdy's-
Galdy's always been
that is like got to
Fun.
be the actual one thing that I did notice. Like those two in the booth working on their kind of chemistry. They're still working on that together a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's got to be tough to just jump into a booth and like.
totally.
I'm sure there's years where Galdy's doing it all by himself, and that's kind of what he's used to doing. And now
Yeah.
he's got someone there.
Yeah, and Kyle's like he's very professional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Galdy
Yeah.
doesn't mind being a little loose.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like the chemistry's probably tough, but
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
a bit of that, but it's fun.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
funny you
gotta
bring up
figure-
like Travers and Coster because people I even see on like Vital forums and stuff always mention them like every broadcaster needs to be like those Canadian guys.
they were great.
They were
They're probably
great.
the best ever.
they're pretty funny. At times
Yeah.
there's like the odd times where they got a little personal with some
Yeah.
some riders
Yeah.
stuff.
And
Yeah.
guess what? Spencer,
Yeah.
Dylan Kalen is dating Spencer Knowles' sister.
Yeah.
And they're battling on the track.
Guess
Yeah.
what?
yeah.
Or like Pettis' sister. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
bring it all up. So that was like
Which
probably
is
the only
hysterical
thing.
for us, but
Yeah.
like it's. I mean, I know JP wasn't too stoked on
Oh, I
that,
bet.
but
No.
yeah, I don't know. I think they're trying new stuff, and it's okay. Like, I mean, there's always gonna be people that don't they like it or they don't like it, but I'm kind of on the opinion that it's something different. And I mean, from
What's going to grow the sport more? Is it spectators at the races or a bigger viewing audience, right?
well, I feel like a combination of both, and,
Yeah.
and maybe like
It's got to
that's
be both.
that's where we're still lacking
Yeah.
is that there's still like a bit of a struggle getting people to actually show up and watch the races. I don't know where the
Well-
disconnect is, but like at the Quebec round, it was insane.
Yeah,
I don't
so they
know.
don't have a problem getting people there. Whatever they do there, whatever it is, like flyers on
Yeah,
on,
radio
like,
ads or whatever.
I
Yeah, I
have
don't
no
know.
idea. But some rounds like Calgary would be a good one to try and get more people at the race. But some rounds when you're in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah,
Like Walton.
yeah, like maybe focus on like some kind of online presence more. I don't know.
Actually, you know what they did do at Walton, which I thought was brilliant, and I hope they do it more at venues that can like facilitate this type of event. Is so I believe at Walton they had an off-road race, which it was like kind of like a work style. So there was like single track, and then it went on the moto track too, and then they had like some enduro cross set up, and I think that was on Thursday or something. I can't really remember. And then they had amateur racing one day, and then they had FXR or the FXR premix, and then the ladies, and then they had the pro racing, and then they also had like flat track racing and I think like side by side racing. So it was like a full like 4 or 5 days of just like motorsports.
Yeah, so you're
Really?
pulling from all these, like, there's people who would rather just go see the flat track or whatever, and then they're getting more interested in the moto stuff and
Yeah,
vice
exactly.
versa. It's
Yeah.
pretty. That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
people would show up to see like side by sides.
Yeah, it was
and
actually
see a bit more of everything, right?
yeah, it was brilliant. Like I showed up there and I was like I was impressed. I was like, this is cool because like there was people showing up in like pickup trucks just to moto down for the off-road race, and then like all these people there that you didn't see but they stuck, or you didn't know who they were but they stuck around for the pro race, and then all the pro riders and amateur riders were watching the off-road race and the flat track stuff too. So like yeah, I thought that was brilliant for just getting people actually out to the event and being there. And they could totally do something like that at Gopher because it's got the off-road trails, and
Mm-hmm.
you can maybe even, I don't know, like you could potentially do something like that at Calgary.
I
Yeah,
think
we got
you
the-
totally could. Yeah.
Well, we got the enduro cross track, so we could
Yeah.
totally have a full enduro event. I think we run out of parking pretty quick. Is our issue?
Yeah, that's Kamloops. You could do it.
Yeah, Kamloops has got plenty of property to do.
Yeah.
So.
Regina,
I don't know.
you could do it there maybe too.
Yeah.
Wherever. I don't know. I guess there's that Manitoba place, Drumheller. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a good way for them to get people to actually show up, especially for like you were saying, like these venues that are in the middle of nowhere, and it's hard to get people to actually like drive out there.
Yeah.
Like you might not get the average person coming to watch, but at least you're getting like somebody that's in the motorsports industry coming out.
Mm-hmm. And like, there was one year, I think there was a band that basically followed the whole series, played every like Saturday night.
Yeah, they had their like concert.
It pissed us
Yeah.
off when we're trying to sleep on the track.
But I wonder if that helped, like bring anybody in, or I don't know.
It'd probably have to be a big enough band, right? Like it's probably just some local band that they can afford or
Mhm.
whatever.
I think it was Colorado.
Oh,
I
was it
remember
really?
Colorado.
That's a pretty big band.
USS or
Same
yeah.
band, pretty much.
I remember
there's a
Colorado
couple.
was at Gopher one year.
And the one year when we were a long time ago in St. Julie, they had like a metal band.
Yeah, just death metal going till midnight.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So what was I just said something? Yeah, so I think like I like the 3 15-minute motos. I know it's definitely more exciting, but just me as like a purist of the sport, I like the 30 plus 2. It's like you know, like a lot of people can go and get a good start and sprint and then just hold on to it but you got to be like really in shape. You got to put the work in. You got to really do the full moto, full 30 plus 2. So
it's a brilliant idea for the entertainment aspect. Yeah, not so much for the racers, but like even like actually I was saying I watched High Point the other day. Like there was one moto where I was just bored. I started like looking on my phone because there was nothing really exciting to watch. Maybe it's because I was watching it later than when the race actually happened. But yeah, like 30 minutes is a long time to sit in front of your TV, especially when we're kind of like like everybody needs that quick instant
Yeah.
gratification. So
Yeah.
like if there's nothing going on in the race, then you kind of loses your attention a little bit.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes they do just focus on the top 5 guys, which for the most part is good racing. But like you see a lot of action from 5th to 10th or even further back, and it's not for like high
Yeah.
positions. It's not always great racing, but
Some sketchy
it's
moments.
good.
and-
It's good to like bring in some comedy. I'm sure you're gonna catch a couple more crashes.
Yeah.
Film in the back of the pack kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would
Yeah.
actually help.
Well, they used to do that back when it was like Coster. and
Yeah,
they used to
yeah.
like they'd show like a battle for 13th, and they're just like they're so amped up about it.
Do like crash reels and stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, that would
compilations.
get a huge audience.
I
Crash
think that
reels.
would be fun. Like crash and burn
Yeah.
segment.
It's hard to
Yeah.
catch crashes on camera though. Like, oh
Mhm.
man, we were at Washougal and you probably obviously didn't see it because it wasn't on TV, but Cooper's crash going up the Horsepower Hill.
Oh
It was like 10 feet away, and I was turned the wrong way.
no.
Oh, actually, yeah, that was on TV.
No, it wasn't on TV, but
thought it was.
Cooper
They,
posted on his Instagram. It was like a cell phone video.
Yeah, they put it up the next weekend. Somebody
Oh, they
got it
did,
on their
yeah.
cell
Oh,
phone. Yeah.
maybe that's when I
And it
saw
looked like he got super lucky. That could have been
Yeah,
way
because he like
worse.
swapped out going up
Yeah,
the hill.
Yeah.
and he kind of like almost was gonna ride it out. And the way he tumbled, I think, is the only reason he's not hurt because he was clipping pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Like,
fast
that's
section,
a
right?
fast swap out.
And it's going uphill, so it's gonna slow your momentum. But yeah, I
Yeah.
just looked over and I see Cooper's bike and like almost smashed a fan.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you stand like there's a couple sections there where you literally stand like a
Yeah.
foot from riders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I love watching there because of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Makes
awesome.
it so sweet.
It's actually not the best track for like viewing the whole track, but you
No.
can go to like it's pretty quick walk to like you can
I
basically
love how
go
many
watch up-
tunnels there are
yeah.
everywhere. So cool.
No national really is good for watching the whole track, other than a few, right?
Yeah.
The only spot I've been on a big track where you can watch the whole thing was if you hike to the top of Glen Helen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's like one
Well,
spot where you can see
yeah.
90%
But
of the
it's like
track.
at that point they're so far away. Like
Yeah.
who is
Yeah,
that?
That's
the
like-
only
I'm-
thing you can't see is the first turn.
yeah. I'm sure Colorado's the same way. You get yourself to the top of the hill, you can see the whole track.
Mhm.
Apparently, Bud's Creek's really good because it's just like on a valley, right?
Oh,
So you can
yeah.
see the whole thing.
Or get one of those big janky like stands like Deschambault.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just stand in the
The
tower.
Set up your own scaffold out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what
Well,
that thing
yeah.
is
Well,
at
Calgary used
Deschambault.
to have all the lifts everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody would just rent a lift,
Yeah.
and they were like everywhere on the
Yeah.
track for a couple of years.
Yeah, there'd be like 8 or 9 out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like zoomed up like 70 feet, just like teetering in the
so
wind.
teetering with like 8 people up there
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Those are the good old days, man.
I remember watching Chris pass Charlie on the
The
side of the
other one.
rollers from the scissor lift, just right down the side. No, there's no pile-on.
No tire markings, nothing. It's a legal line.
That's where the rivalry started.
That's good.
Didn't Bray Mason do that too? or
Yeah,
something?
no, you passed Bray
I
and
passed
Charlie.
and then I passed Bray in the next section after that because I caught up to him so fast.
Yeah.
you chopped like 3 seconds. Just
Oh,
going
I think it
beside
was
the
more
road.
than that. I think it was like 5. I don't know what they were thinking. You came into that section. If you didn't go off the track, you came to a dead stop in like a swamp.
Oh yeah, it was. swamped
Oh
out.
yeah.
That I think. Well, that was the year we were all doing that big fucking Tony Smith
I
jump.
think yeah, it was probably that
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
But I think that we had like a super wet like May, June.
Yeah.
And that was when we were like throwing wood chips around like crazy, and it just
Yeah.
made this big swamp.
Is that the year that Fasciotti hurt himself?
No, that was
no,
like
that was way-
2010, I think.
Yeah, this would have been the year after.
A year or two after.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or wait, was it the year before? I don't even know.
No, because I definitely wasn't racing the year that Fasciotti got hurt. I don't think.
That was 2010 or 2011.
No, I raced the first time I did Calgary was 2009. I don't know. Who cares? Anyways, so who's been super impressive? I guess you could talk about. You probably know more about the 250 just by watching, or did you have much time to watch it all? Or
Dude, Sky Racing might win this championship.
Yeah, no shit.
Al Dick?
Yeah, no, there wasn't not really a ton of time to watch the 250 races just because like they're trying to like jam pack their whole TV package into like this tiny 3 or 4 hour slot. So yeah, honestly, the only time I watched the 250 racing was when I sat out at Deschambault. But yeah, Piccolo's been really impressive. I mean, like obviously we all know he's fast, but I think the most impressive part is just how consistent he's been and how dialed in he's been on his starts. Like every moto, he puts himself into a good position, and he makes sure he's in a good spot to have a good finish. I was like, he had a bit of an issue at Deschambault where he broke his brake pedal, and like I don't know, everybody can judge the rider and say what they want and whatever. You don't really know unless you're the rider, but I feel like he could have rode better and salvaged maybe a few more positions than what he did. Like I think he got 7th or something, but for me, like it looked like he was able to use his brake pedal, but it maybe just got to his head and it kind of bothered him, and it just maybe he was flustered because it was probably the first ounce of serious adversity he had to deal with this year. I'm sure obviously he had to deal with adversity, but it was just like that was the first mechanical. So I don't know. I thought maybe he could have got a better result at Deschambault there, but yeah, like McNabb's been like blazing fast, just like him and Tanner. They kind of looks like they struggled to get good consistent starts. Sinai's been like a bit of a slow start, but I think he's starting to ride more like himself every weekend. Yeah, and he's really fun to watch, and then yeah, like Canella's been really quick, but just like it's weird because like in previous years he's been like a really consistent guy and like never really the guy that wins, but he's like always there. Like he's always like
on the podium,
like from 5th to 3rd or getting seconds or whatever. And then this year he's just like blistering fast, but really inconsistent. Like he's won a couple motos and qualified, like gets really good qualifying times, but yeah, just kind of it seems like he's kind of done a bit of a 180, like really fast, but kind of lacking a bit of consistency. So it's
almost like he's trying to push that comfort zone a little bit more, and then that's where the consistency comes from, is just him riding in his comfort zone, and if that's a second, that's a second. But now I think he's at the point where he thinks he needs to win, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll bet that everybody's telling him he needs to, right? He's like, what is 3rd, 4th year in season or in the series already?
Yeah, and I think that's 100% true too. Is like I think there's a bit of that pressure, maybe not so much from the team, but I
think it's from the outside looking in. It's like make or break, like it's not make or break, but
I'm
it's
sure
time, right?
Like
it's
right.
Yeah.
He's thinking the same thing.
Like,
he wants to win. He's been around long enough.
You don't necessarily have to win that championship, but you kind of have to be there fighting for it a little more than he is. Like he's there, he's in the fight. Although
but
he's kind of way back.
He had a couple
now,
DNFs.
Yeah.
But the point is, like, he was the last name you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
In the whole group, right?
Yeah.
He's already in a way getting forgotten
a
about
little bit.
I think it's probably
he's always there, but he's just
the next
hiding in
next group of talent kind of comes up pretty quick too. Like McNabb's gonna get faster, Piccolo's gonna get faster. Who's this racing kid? Like he seems like he's pretty fast.
Yeah, racing,
right?
Like right. He's had a good pro debut, but like with Canella, it's I guess kind of like I said, like maybe it's not like a vocal thing where the whole team's like you have to win this championship, but yeah, there's definitely that outside pressure and the pressure from himself to be like man, I got to shit or get off the pot. And I mean, he's like each race he makes a pretty valiant effort. It's just there's been a few issues. Like I think there's even one race he blew up his bike. I can't really remember, but so it's been exciting, and it's kind of cool to see the red plate bouncing back and forth in both classes. But it's cool to see like kind of especially the 250 class now that it's down to, I think there's like 4 guys that
could win it within like 8 points or something.
Really, that close.
So it's why it's Piccolo,
Ward,
Ward,
McNabb,
McNabb, and Sinai.
Yeah.
So
how far out's Sinai? He can't be that.
I think he's
close.
ahead of Ward.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's pretty close. Like I
Ward
think
had a bad weekend. What, a couple weekends ago?
I can't remember, but I
We
think
could pull it
Ward's
up.
like 11 points down. I feel like I'm missing somebody that's in there too. McNabb, Ward, Sinai.
Well, it was Canella, but he's out of
Canella.
there now.
Yeah, he's way out.
And who's kind of the fifth?
I'm trying to. I keep forgetting which teams there are.
Two Honda.
Well, there's Bannock. I think Bannock's in like 6th or 7th.
Yeah.
Really?
So he's solid. Like, think about how much good talent like Canada's got. This has got to be the greatest time for young Canadian talent, right? You got McNabb, Piccolo, Racine, Bannock's pretty solid. He's young. Canella, like we have
bring our 450 guys right. Pettis are still young. They're both young riders.
Yeah.
There's
There's got to be another 450 guy.
Medaglia.
yeah. Well, I think
He's
like
the
if you
old
had
guy.
if we had a MXDN team this year,
It'd be a good year.
it'd be good. You could send. I would send Dylan. I'd send Pettis on a 250, and I would send Tyler or Sean. I don't know. Probably Tyler because he rides good at those events, right?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck, bro?
I knew you were gonna say that. Bro, you got the HIV.
Is that why you're back? Is because you're getting ready for that?
Yeah, one man.
What's
team.
so? Is it we still having the same issues with getting a Nations team?
Yeah, it's the CMA, and
I think it's up in the air too.
What's
like,
are they ever gonna figure that shit out? Is there any news on that?
I know they applied to like kind of overtake CMA. Like I think MRC
The affiliation.
Yeah, and it got denied. Yeah, but
what's
sounds
the deal? Because AMA probably doesn't even know what CMA is, but they gotta know what the Jet Work Series is and everything. You would think
they do recognize CMA though, because that's how you get your AMA license. But I don't know if they really pay attention to what's going on up here.
Well, and that's the weird part is that like okay, so AMA recognizes CMA, but then CMA uses your results from CMRC and MRC days, or like they use your results to gauge if you are capable of going to race a Supercross or an outdoor.
Yeah.
So it's like they're looking at the results from those races,
but recognizing the CMA which has no races. So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's kind of I don't know. It's a strange deal, but it's unfortunate that it's putting a bit of a chokehold on what people want to do. Like, I mean, if somebody wants to send a team to go do this nationally or internationally recognized event, like let them do it.
Yeah, well,
like if they want to spend their money, let them do it.
Is Jared Stock right now training for ISD?
Yeah. And I think Tyler's doing it too.
We got a team for that. I assume that's the same thing. They would have had to go through CMA.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
What's our points?
Okay, so we got Piccolo.
It's up on the screen, by the way.
Piccolo. McNabb is 3 points back. Sinai is only 7 points back of Piccolo, and then Ward's 11 back.
Who's fifth?
So that's tight.
It's Canella who's 71 back.
Fifth,
wow, that's a big gap.
And I think it's close in 452.
What's the rest of the top 10?
The way the series has been going, 11 points in that top 4 can switch right away.
Because the red plate keeps back.
Yeah, and Piccolo had it, and that Piccolo still got it.
But
I just remember that Ward had it the first 2 rounds, and then McNabb had it after round 3. Then Piccolo got it, and then it went back to McNabb. Then it went back to Piccolo. So, and then so rest of the top 10 is Bennick, Gaynor, Elmore, Amiot, and Davey.
Yeah.
How'd Hayden do in a couple of races?
He got a 7, 13, 18.
That's not terrible. 18's not great, but
I know
7's pretty solid.
I know he hasn't been riding that much.
Yeah, it's just kind of jumping in.
Yeah.
What were Bennick's results?
So Bennick's been super solid. 6, 6, 10, 6, 6, 7, 5.
Nice. Yeah, he's actually like, I think with the Sky Racing team and like the success that Piccolo's having, and then obviously those 2 kids growing up racing each other, like it's probably lighting a bit of a fire under his butt. But yeah, he's had some rounds where he's been pretty solid, which is cool. And I think that's what I love about the whole like Sky program this year is like, I mean, anybody can agree that they probably get pretty frustrated when they see Americans getting hired
Yeah.
in for a Canadian job. So it's cool to see that like Al actually has a full Canadian team. Like you were probably his first and only Canadian rider that he had on the team till this year.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, when I first signed with him, it wasn't supposed to be Cade Clayson. It was going to be, he preached the whole oh yeah, I'm going to hire Canadians, good Canadian kids. And he was going to hire what's his name there, Jonah Brittons.
So it
was gonna be me and Jonah Brittons, and then he's like, "Oh nah, get out of here." And then he hired Cade, which was just like basically an FXR buddy deal. And then he just went for like Americans that he thought could win. Like he had Welton, and then he tried to hire Dakota Alex, and then he tried to hire. Then he hired Surratt, and it all just kind of went to shit. It all kind of went to shit, and he realized that okay, maybe we actually have a decent Canadian.
I don't know what the deal is. It always seems like they just get a hired gun and get some prima donna up on a small team like that, and they just I don't know.
Never goes well.
Or just working out kinks of the team too. Like maybe it's taking a little bit to find or get into their own. But I mean, he had a little bit of success with Welton. Like they won PG.
I think he had the red plate at some point.
Yeah, I think it was after 2018. I think 2019.
Yeah, it was 19.
2019. They had the red plate after PG. So like he had a bit of success with Welton. But yeah, it's cool to see like full Canadian team, and even like having Elmore, who's not that well of a recognized rider yet, but like he was on there.
He was on that team.
I don't know what the deal is there, but
what I heard.
Well, I think it's cool to see that you give these kids, like, you can actually groom them to get them going, right? Like I feel like there's always a disconnect from amateur racing to pro racing for Canadian motocross, right? Because like U.S., like after Loretta, well, even you're like 80 years in Loretta's, right? You were already like scouting for teams and rides, and
you're signing 5-year deals, and
and like after amateurs, like you kind of already have an idea where you're at. Like here, it's you kind of just wing it.
For sure.
It's cool that we can sign up at the races as an intermediate. I wish I would have like taken more advantage of that, because that could be your stepping stone.
Yeah,
but the disconnect just amateurs to pros is pretty big, and then you just it's hard to get into the groove and get to know teams and stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to even like get your foot in the door when like I found when I was intermediate, like I didn't know anyone in the paddock. Like
no, and I think that's also like I feel like in Canada we have a couple of different groups of where riders have been coming from.
Yeah,
BC has such a good network of riders and people in the industry, and like kind of grooming people to go up, right? And
Alberta has really nothing like that.
And we could, right? We got a couple big things going, especially right in Calgary, right?
Yeah, Calgary's got a big community,
pretty big hub of all kinds of stuff here. But and then Ontario, right, where like you just show up at the amateur Ontario events, and you got to know that.
Yeah, that's where all the teams are.
Schuster's there, like
that's
where you go to Quebec, and you got JSR's there, and you meet everybody.
Well, Quebec's its own thing again, right?
Yeah,
Quebec could have its own series, on its own, and have plenty of success.
Yeah. So it's does anyone know the status of Pettis? Like that's a bummer that he went out with that moto, because like it was going to be a tight points race.
Yeah. Broken back and sternum.
Shit.
3 vertebrae or something.
I never actually watched that Monday race. Do you know what happened? You just
I don't know. Like I never really got a chance to actually talk to him or ask anybody else. But Sean did say he saw it, because he pulled out of that race, and he was sitting at the truck, and he said it sounded like his bike shut off, but it obviously didn't like like expire or anything. Like they
It's like an electrical cutout or something.
well, I don't know, maybe stomped on the brake
Mm.
or maybe he like scrubbed too hard, caught his peg, kind of kicked him funny and just wasn't able to get back on the gas. But I do know that they said like when he came off the face, he went to go grab a tear off at the same time. So it was just like a combination of things that kind of pitched him forward, and that's a nasty jump. Like it's
was
weird.
this the big
gap? No, the first table after the start.
Oh yeah.
So it gets like pretty chewed out
and a steep landing too. So it's like he's wherever he was, however high you are in the air off the jump, he's basically landing to flat, and it's not a gradual landing. So yeah, and he was
a big lawn dart.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I just heard everybody kind of yelling and screaming, and then he's laid up on the side of the track basically until the moto was over. And but they rode his bike off, so like I don't know. I'm guessing like maybe he like just had his foot on the back brake and maybe kind of jammed it, or I don't know.
So is it like a pretty severe back break, or is it
just
like
3 vertebrae, and that's like he walked out of the hospital. I know that.
So, so it's not like disaster,
but
right?
he's done.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
So it's kind of Dylan's now, hey?
A 27-point lead over Welton. Like
is Welton in second?
Third.
Who's in second?
Pettis. 21 down.
Oh yeah.
How many motos are left?
2.
2 motos.
Yeah, for outdoors. So
yeah,
it's kind of a bummer because man, like Pettis would have been pretty fun to watch in Supercross. Probably would have smoked everybody. But yeah, like I think who we got? Like there's Dylan,
Pettis, Welton, Thompson, T-Diggs, Sean, O'Farrell, Trombley had a nasty crash. I didn't see the crash, but I seen him lay it out there when I was watching this feed. Parker Eels, like that's pretty badass for him to be in 9th. Keelan Weston.
Where am I?
10th.
What I feel like Thompson and Pettis would have been like a pretty fun Supercross battle to watch, but I could see Weldon and Thompson being pretty fun to watch too.
That would be actually there'd be a good like 4-rider duo there of people that could win.
And then Dylan's just gonna go like full retard mode, so he's gonna like mix things up. Nothing against Dylan saying that. That's
nothing
that's just Dylan.
Nothing against retards either.
So Supercross could be interesting too. But
does somebody play Dylan that Tropic Thunder clip before his races? Never go full retard.
I don't know, man.
Go a little retard, but never go full retard.
I think that's probably something he's been told like all through his 250 days. Just keep it together. Right.
Yeah. He's had
tone it down, just like 2%.
Honestly, that one moto, I guess him and Thompson got together and there was words after, but he was like so far back in last and he came back to 6th. That was like one hell of a ride, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was laying on the ground for a while, I guess, too. Yeah, and then that moment he had with Welton at Sandalee, like that was just insane.
I didn't catch that one.
Oh, I think somebody posted it. It was like the 100% dude in the States, I think.
Castellou?
No, Kuzo.
No.
We're like he just comes in so hot into this corner and basically like explodes the berm with Welton, and they both go flying off the track. And it was just like it was just a pass that didn't need to be made because it wasn't even the last lap. But he did that, and then like I find it kind of hysterical. It's just Dylan, like he does crazy stuff, and I hope I never get the short end of the stick, which I mean I have, and I almost like ripped his head off. But I mean, bygones be bygones, I guess. But like actually at Deschambault in practice, he flew off of a berm into one of the gullies
into the river
and submerged his bike.
Oh, I saw the photo. I didn't know. I heard he was under the bike too at one point.
Yeah, he was like in the water, and then it was so funny. We were lined up for qualifying, and I was sitting beside him, and I was just staring at him. And I was like, he's still in his wet gear. I was like, he didn't switch his gear. He's still in the stuff that he went swimming in.
That's such a Dylan thing to do, though. End up in the creek.
Yeah,
Oh man.
that was nuts. But oh man, yeah. Actually, that's like, yeah, the one track where you don't want to go off the track. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
seemed like everybody was doing that. Like, I flew off the track once, and Dylan did. I think like Tremblay had a scary moment, and then somebody else too. I can't remember.
Track looked gnarly though. The Deschambault.
Yeah, I think it was kind of average. Actually, like, you know what was funny is like I felt like I've ridden it rougher, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was okay. I mean, nothing compares to what Gopher was this
Was
year.
it like pretty? Was it like all time rough gopher? Like one of the rougher gophers you've rode?
Yeah, but it was stupid rough. Like so on Saturday we had our first moto, and it was actually surprisingly choppy. Like, it wasn't a highway like you'd think it would be, like it
Mhm.
was last year. Like, for the first moto on the Saturday,
Yeah,
it was actually like kind of rough. But then they had amateurs riding it all day, so kind of getting like the big palm holes, and from them like just riding slow and just going raw, raw,
Yeah,
raw.
just digging weird lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then they never prepped it for the next day.
No
So-
prep at all.
no prep at all. And this was after like 700 or 800 some odd amateurs riding it for a full day. And like we we go out for practice, and like I don't think I heard a single person say like, yeah, track's sick.
Yeah.
And like that was the most miserable race I've ever had. And I mean, I was struggling health wise, but still, like, I was just like couldn't even get a flow going. Like, I couldn't even. There was nothing. I would like. Do I double this? Do I just roll it? Do I just pin it? Like,
That sounds like going to Glen Helen on a practice day and
Yeah.
showing up at like 2:30 in the afternoon where everybody's already motoed and you're trying to like figure out this
figure out the
beat the
lines.
shit track.
Do you
Yeah.
think that Diggs does that just to benefit Dylan and his guys, or because they ride that shit all the like, it never gets like that, but they know at least how to ride when it gets kind of sketchy and those weird
I don't know. I
bumps.
think it's cool to just try it out
But you do it every year.
every year. I think
Yeah.
No, this is
because the only year I did it, it was they groomed it Pancake Flat, and then
Well, I guess
didn't do
we're
the
talking about
Saturday
we're talking
race,
about
right?
one moto format. Right? So last year
yeah.
they didn't touch it from Saturday morning to Sunday evening.
but it was just 125s and ladies that were
Yeah,
riding
that's
it,
true,
and
that's
then
true.
the track was fine. But
Yeah, it wasn't too bad last
yeah,
year.
this year was a
And I feel like a good group of two strokes would just honestly make a sick track, right?
yeah.
I don't know. Like you would need a pile of good 125 riders to
Yeah.
cut a nice like tight like sweeping corners and stuff. But
Yeah, it was kind of funny. Like, after the race, like I was pretty demoralized just from having a shit weekend. But we're like kind of cruising around, walking the track, and then Diggs like rolled up in his side by side. He's like, "Hey, I'll take you guys for a lap." And so we're like, there's like probably 3 or 4 of us. I think it was like Kyle Springman, Parker Eels, myself, and Davey Frazier, all in his like side by side with him, like checking out the track after. And we'd like stop in a section, and he's like, "Holy crap, this is rough." And like this is pretty sick, eh? And everybody's like, "Yeah, man, super
So fun.
Yeah, it was gnarly. Like, we all just want to be like, dude, this was the worst track ever. Like, this was terrible." But just, I mean, he's pumped, and I guess I don't know, out of respect, you just say thanks for putting on the race. I don't know. But yeah, it was brutal. It was tough. Yeah.
I saw I should find it. I have old VHS tapes of like 2001 CMRC races.
Oh, yeah.
And there's one of Raymond.
Yeah.
And the uphill whoops are so gnarly on those older 125s. They like almost come to a stop. They're so
Well,
gnarly.
because they would never groom that uphill section. They'd leave it for years and years.
The
and
best it
years,
got
just-
was like a harrow behind a
yeah,
quad.
no, the best day.
Yeah.
right?
And yeah, they were gnarly. Even the flat whoops, like you could see them if you hit the wrong one, you just like pogo straight up and you're like stopped.
Yeah.
That was it was really cool. And then they had a couple cool, you know, the section right now where you would you do that sketchy sweeper, hop into the valley, and then you do a little switchback, and then you ride the ridge, and then you go into the sand.
Yeah.
So the way it
yeah.
used to be is you get to that corner, like you're going to do the switchback, but you go straight up and over and into the sand.
Yeah.
And the braking bumps going down that short, steep hill were insane.
Yeah.
And I think the year that I have this tape, Sean Hamblin won it.
Oh, okay.
And I think GSR won it when he was riding for Planet Honda.
Oh yeah.
Planet
It was
Honda.
cool. It was really cool.
Actually, I think that might be up on YouTube too.
That
or something.
Probably.
or maybe Doug Dubach won it.
Dubach days.
Dubach was racing that year, I
Yeah,
think, too.
yeah.
I do remember watching a Raymond National, but I can't remember what year it was. But it was on YouTube somewhere because I think Galdi had put it up on his YouTube channel.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. He always posts clips
Yeah.
and stuff of old stuff.
I think he was announcing too.
I think he might have been racing
I
a
think
few
he
of
was
them
racing
racing.
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yes,
You're
Galdi
back.
was racing those. Yeah, I love when he posts those old throwbacks to like 97 to Nimo, and you see like Jay Whipple, and
All
yeah, it's
kinds of
crazy.
people.
It's crazy to see how much the sport has evolved, though. It's insane.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, from where it started.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, even watching like 1990s Supercross, it's like, oh, this is like a whole different thing now.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was almost
Yeah.
like Endurocross without the friggin' logs.
Yeah,
Just like
no,
straight
just
up
straight
peaks.
Actual hay
Yeah.
bales on the side
Yeah.
of the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think like sometimes we're making these super fast highway tracks, which are pretty fun just to ride. They get a little sketchy when you start racing
Yeah.
full
Yeah,
tilt
yep,
on
yep,
them.
yep.
And then then you could have like a track like Gopher, which they left to get gnarly, but it kind of has a layout that is built to go fast, right?
Yeah.
If that
Yeah.
track was
Yeah.
like 10% slower and tighter,
Yeah. Well, think
the bumps probably wouldn't have been as well, they would have been gnarly, but it would have suited the track a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like in Canada,
Sometimes it's like a weird mix of like a fast section to a slow section and how bumps and everything form, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like in Canada, all of our tracks are kind of too fast. Like you watch a lot of the stuff in the States, and it's like there's a lot more like there's different lines that you can set up, and it's like everything is more like how do I explain?
Well, I just feel
They'll
like
throw in like
it's-
a ridiculous off camber here and there.
Yeah, see,
Or
they have a lot
like-
of natural terrain that slows you down. Versus here, it's straight away 180, straight away.
Throw
like,
in a
it's like
hump on the
you'll
inside.
get fifth gear wide open going down Edmonton straight away, or like
Yeah.
half the tracks that we have here. Even like Sandali, that one in the back,
Yeah.
It's
you can get
fast.
ripping down a couple of those,
Mhm.
and then you're into this like second gear tight section that makes it feel like a donkey trail too. So like our tracks are like too fast, but also too donkey trail at the same time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's tricky. It's
Yeah, you
really
downshift
tricky.
like 3 times into a tight ass corner.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
You see, like
Mhm.
when I watch in like the races in the States, you'll see like Tomac take like a weird outside line. You're like, what the hell is he doing? But then it like sets up into this next
Yeah,
inside. And it's
yeah.
like, oh, you can actually
And when
do
you
that
make a
stuff.
track 30 feet wide,
Yeah.
right, you give yourself
Yeah.
options
Yeah.
like that, right? Yeah, like at Washougal has their little switchback, right? There's not much you can do with that layout
No.
right there. Well, it's
Yeah.
their layout is never really going to change.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a section that is like almost first gear,
Yeah.
right?
I liked it. The first year we went and watched that race. I think, you were there, Chris,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Todd was there. They had it set up so it was like, I think they've tried it somewhere else on the Canadian series, but it's like there's like bermed off so you couldn't cross it. So, and you
Right.
go inside, outside, or outside,
Oh,
inside.
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that was awesome. Like I want to
Yeah.
do that. I wish they would do that in Calgary after the
Mhm.
finish, or I guess it's not like that anymore. But,
Yeah.
like back when Calgary used to hit the finish line and then you go left,
I
180
think
left,
we
180
did it
right.
one year.
Yeah.
It's hard to maintain.
Yeah.
One. But it would work great on race day.
I'm just saying, just do it for the national.
The
yeah,
big
and you
difference
got to make
too-
it huge,
So you can't jump
way
over it.
bigger than.
Well, I think one of the big differences of why it kind of didn't really work for us too was it was two different corners. Like the left was tighter than the right,
Mm,
or vice versa. Versus that Washougal corner, they're pretty much that is like as S as it gets. Like when you look at it bird's eye view, it's like the perfect curvature of both those turns. So it kind of works out evenly to do that. Versus when one turn has a bigger radius than the other,
Yeah.
one
One's
of those
gonna-
lines gonna work out.
That and like I think someone ended up hopping it and it just cut it through.
It happened at the beloved Tabor track. They tried
Beloved Tabor
they
track.
tried the split section, and everybody would just like double over the wall, and it's like, okay, well, that did no good.
But so this year at Washougal, they didn't have like the berm split thing, but it was actually like Jeremy Martin was coming down that hill so fast and going into that the left-hand 180.
Yeah.
He was railing the outside and then he just hooked into the inside. It was the fastest line. It was like he was going faster than everyone else.
Well, you watch some of the old videos, and guys would rail that outside and make it work. Like they would.
Yeah, the only year I did it on the amateur day, I rode that track that outside line was sweet, and you could totally like cut someone off on the next one. It was cool. It made it like what you would think would be a super one line section.
Yeah.
Totally had a passing
Do you
opportunity.
think the four strokes made that section more one line because it's just like, how do you not go inside? Or
I think all that is balls going into the corner, right?
Well, I think that's part of it too. Like part of the reason they have so many different lines is because you have these insane caliber riders that are able to make lines work, and then all of a sudden these lines form. Like in Canada, it's like
that, and like all it needed was a good catch berm on the outside, right?
Yeah.
It seems too far out of the way to use, but if you come in hot, it's there to catch you and you can pin it.
Well, I like honestly at Washougal, I don't think I've ever seen entry speed as fast as Martin's. He was into those corners so hard. Like it was unbelievable to watch. Like he would come out of that 180 left, like right where like the start meets up. Yeah. And there was like that hump, and he would just like fly into that turn, out of that turn, rail the outside, and it was like it's insane. Like his entry speed is unbelievable.
Actually, there was that one I think it was second moto where like him and Cooper almost came together.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in that corner.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah.
And you could tell like TV doesn't always do it justice.
Yeah, I was standing right there. It was nuts.
You could tell they were going fast.
I
was like, Cooper.
That's right before horsepower hill.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That berm is like third gear pinned.
Yeah, it was nuts. And did you watch the second 450 moto on TV?
Yes.
Tomac's pass on Sexton. I don't think I've ever seen a cooler pass than that.
Where was that?
It was just like the section before that where you come past the mechanics area and over that table into the 180 before
like through that like
it's like
all those sweeper turns that kind of go back and forth.
So he went outside, like he was just following Sexton.
Yeah.
And he just like cut underneath him and just went, whoa. Like it was
he
sick.
tried to set it up on a few guys.
He almost did it on Ferrandis on the last lap, but then he lost the drive.
Was it Martin who did that in the 250 class or Lawrence? I think Jet was doing that to somebody in the 250 class in moto before they set him up right after the finish line. It all started in that first left-hander. Cut under,
swinging
cut
wide.
under, inside, outside, inside. Like
those are the most
racing.
satisfying passes.
Yeah.
When you can line it up a corner or two in advance.
Yeah, when you're thinking about it earlier, I'm gonna get that guy there.
Yeah, and if you've been like
corner.
and if you've been chasing and like just
eating roost,
and then you just like that he's gonna gap you here and you can reel him in and you just know when your opportunity is gonna happen. That's fun. That's cool. That's the best part of racing.
Yeah, that is. There's honestly no better feeling in racing than when like you're behind someone and you know you're faster and you have this one section on the track picked out where you're like, I'm just gonna do this, and you just nail it. That's sick.
That's where Barsh is good. He somehow knows where you've got that section picked out on him, and he'll go fuck you up. Oh, you want to go outside there? Nah. He'd be like the most annoying rider to pass out there.
Oh yeah,
100%. He was pretty defensive when he was at Spring Creek.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one.
Oh yeah, no, that's the one he won.
Oh yeah,
he went 1-2, and he just like was like Tomac came from like dead last and caught all the way up to him with like 5 minutes to go. Couldn't get around him.
Yeah, and then he was like pretty. There was that one corner where he almost landed on Ferrandis.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, sorry, bro."
He like waves at him.
Sorry, man, that was my bad.
I kind of thought he was going to be a little more of a threat this year.
I kind of expected the same thing.
But he
He
kind of
has-
has been a little bit too. He's
Yeah,
just
I
had
just
some,
I just thinking he was gonna have one of those years where he gets like stellar starts, like every moto, and then he rides the way he does, just
Yeah.
wide and all over the place.
It's crazy. Like it's proving to be a tough class this year for most guys to even like the guys that usually stand out from year to year, like a
Mhm.
Tomac or a Roxon. Like if they get a bad start, they struggle. But the one guy that seems to figure it out if he gets a bad start is Ferrandis.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
Like-
nuts.
And that's always been the guy who wins.
Yeah.
Like
Doesn't matter.
Villapoto for
Yeah.
years was that guy in Supercross. He
Mhm.
was the only guy who could start in 10th place
Yeah.
and win.
How many
right?
times have you ever seen Dungy like get a 10th place start and just rip through the field and win?
You know, he doesn't win, but
He'll
he
get to the
like there's a
podium
fire
spot.
under his
Yeah.
ass,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he is like,
Well, like there's some pretty
coming through.
memorable rides of even Supercross where he came from like last at Daytona that one time, and
Yeah.
who did he like punt off the track? Was like Sealy or
Yeah,
somebody?
I don't
and, like,
know.
he was super
Like,
aggressive.
not quite that like
Yeah, but
raw
that
speed,
moto at Southwick when
he
he
his
missed
bike
the
didn't
start.
start,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that was a hell of a
an
moto.
unreal comeback. Like
It was the fourth.
I think
I thought I got third.
third or
third.
second even. Like it was like
So-
holy
Yeah.
shit.
So it was a
Metcalf
full
won.
moto
Unreal.
salvage, right? It's like,
He would not be happy with the 3 15-minute motos at that point.
Oh
no.
man.
But yeah, you got to make it to at least that top 5 to like salvage motos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to the
That's a
maybe even
bad
podiums,
weekend, yeah.
maybe
No,
even
yeah.
podiums, right? So
Yeah. For a championship, that's a bad
Yeah, yeah.
weekend. Yeah. For
Yeah,
anybody
if
else,
you
it's
wanna
a
win.
great weekend.
But it's nuts that Tomac, like at Washougal, he started like 8th, 9th, both motos, got to second, like almost won both of them. But
Yeah.
he hasn't won overall all year. How crazy is that?
that's
Yeah, that's
weird.
nuts to think Tomac hasn't won an overall yet.
Who got did Ferrandis get the overall at
Washougal?
Washougal?
Sexton.
So
Sexton
is-
won 3.
Yeah.
So Fernandez and Tomac are going to be teammates next year.
Yeah.
Supposedly. That's what they say.
Tomac.
I'm
and AP,
I'm intrigued. No,
Tomac
AP's
and
going to
Ferrandis.
AP's going to
KTM.
KTM.
for sure.
Well,
That's what they say. I don't know. I don't have any insider
Nothing's
info.
for
but
sure till you see a guy line up at A1. But
Oh yeah.
If
yeah.
if I'm AP, I don't want to leave Star.
So who's going to go to Cowie?
Anderson.
Anderson is.
Oh yeah.
Anderson? Holy smokes. So wait, Ferrandis, Tomac, and who else?
Just them.
Craig?
Craig will be outdoors, yeah.
450.
And then-
Imagine having an AP too, 450 guys.
They were trying to keep him apparently.
Yeah.
What's the deal? Are they just going to fold the Yamaha team and put
already-
all the budget into Star?
It's already
That's
done,
already that
Yeah,
happened
that's
this year.
already
Yeah.
done.
So
Is
yeah,
there just 2 Star rigs then?
yeah, they just
Okay.
moved it all to Star this year. Yeah.
Yeah, they're down in Florida now.
Anderson on Cowie. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's gonna be
That'll be weird to see.
Well, he
yeah.
raced Cowie all through his amateur. Oh, he was Suzuki, then he went to Cowie
Yeah.
Team Green thing.
Yeah.
And then he went to. Didn't he ride
Suzuki.
KTM?
No,
the
he rode
last-
Suzuki
Suzu-
KTM Husky.
Yeah. Well, what that was the J Star team or
Yeah.
No,
or the
no, he never
Hunter
rode for J
Lawrence?
Star. He never rode for J
I
Star.
thought he did.
No, he was always Bobby Hewitt's team.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
it's
It's crazy to think how long he's been on that team for.
Yeah, that's insane.
So technically, that's
What's
still
with
the
this-
Bobby Hewitt.
Bobby Hewitt's out of that team.
But-
Apparently, he's trying to make a new
Yeah,
team.
where's this
But
new
is that
Bobby
the-
Hewitt team?
on
What's going
Hondas?
on?
On
Yeah.
It's not- I don't think
Honda
it's happening.
or the Triumph.
Triumph. Let's bring the Triumph.
Yeah, that'd be cool if that happened.
Is there any photos of this Triumph?
No,
Not
nothing.
yet,
I bet
not
they're
yet.
keeping it super under wraps.
I just have a hard time believing they're gonna have anything
I
competitive.
hope they come out with a twin cylinder,
Yeah.
125
Dude.
two-stroke.
Let's go row with a 1400
I was
in like a
just-
Honda chassis.
Well, do you remember Aprilia made a
Yeah.
V12?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
some guy raced it in the GPs.
Billy Laninovich raced it.
He went and did like a one-off or
I think he tried to race the series, and I don't think it worked out. But
V20.
yeah, I almost bought one on Kijiji one time. It was
Yeah.
like $4,000. Didn't even want much for it.
Dude, that'd be you can
It
even turn
would've
it into
been-
a street bike if you wanted to.
It was cool. It would be cool just to have
Didn't
because it's
Greg
probably
Quantz
going to be
have
the no, he had the old Huskies.
that? Oh,
Yeah, he
The
was-
really
yeah.
weird ones, the ones when
Yeah.
Husky was owned by BMW.
yeah.
The fuel
Oh.
tank was like under the back end of the
Yeah.
seat.
And then like the pivot point, like the swing arm pivot, was outside of the cases.
Oh no
Yeah.
way.
So
yeah.
you didn't have to deal with chain slack,
Yeah,
which
you
was the
tighten it
only
right
cool
up.
idea. It just looked
Yeah.
hideous, and I think it made the bottom of the bike super wide. I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
That was a husky.
That was the old white and red ones.
Oh, okay. Oh, for some reason,
I'm good.
No, I'm good.
All right,
Unless you got a bub, you got a bub in there.
and bub, an aha.
Peach.
Yeah, no, it's
That's my new favorite one. It's the
Uh-huh.
bubbly peach.
I don't know. I just find I have such a hard time getting enough water in me. So it's carbonated water, I guess, is better than nothing.
Yeah.
That's classic.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how's I saw a picture of the renovated banana van.
You did. You saw one.
Yeah, Jared showed me.
Yeah.
Taking her
Fill
on
us
a
in on this.
taking her on
banana
a surf
van
trip.
here.
I've taken it on a mountain bike trip. So it what I wanted it to be is like quick and painless to set up. It's neither of those. It's probably a little bit quicker than a tent, but not by much. If you know what you're doing with your tent, you probably could get it up almost the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just kind of winging it and figuring it out as I go. I got a bunch of ideas how I'm going to make it easier and better. But yeah, cutting the roof off my van and making a pop top from
it's-
scratch
it's
was
sick.
kind of cool.
So if anyone wants a pop top, Todd's your guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sweet. We did some fiberglass on the wood, and it turned out awesome. I wish we could get a picture up here. It was probably too much of a hassle.
We could do it.
It's on Todd's phone, and
Yeah, I don't even have a good photo of it, to be honest.
yeah, but so we need to iron this out right now. Chris, are you in for this bike packing trip?
Huh?
Me and Todd are planning a bike packing trip. We're gonna go 30 days in Kook.
30 days. 30 days.
No, it'll be like a long
I
weekend.
think it's 350K.
Oh, yeah.
And Keelan, if you're recovered from your HIV, you can
You
enjoy.
gotta
it.
be sitting on a saddle for a while, so you might get something else from your seat.
So it's gonna be like 3 days. Through where does it start? Like Stavely Lake almost. Area?
Yeah, Stavely. That did you ever come onto that lake?
Jet ski lake
Jet skiing?
by down by Nanton, kind of. Claire's home.
The blue algae lake.
Yeah, the blue
Yeah,
algae.
one of them.
Yeah.
One of them. All those lakes seem to have something.
So you start there, and then it's like 300K.
Into the mountains.
Into the mountains,
So
and then you
like
end
you
up
go
where?
like halfway to Coleman, and then you go through the mountains and go halfway to Canmore, and then you loop back.
So you basically you go straight west, and then you take the 40 north.
It's
I
like
think
gravel dirt roads,
I
right?
think you might get on the 40. I think most of it's like forestry roads and range roads,
Oh, really? Wow.
and that's 3 days. It's all GPS mapped out.
Damn. Are you guys gonna do like what kind of bikes?
So I have my fat bike I could do it on. It's got all the mounts to get luggage on.
Yeah.
My full suspension is not going to have frame space or mounts. So I was actually thinking I got these junkers. They're all well tuned, ready to go. They all got like space for big frame bags. I think I might just do it on those.
Yeah.
Just like you have that old rock hopper or whatever.
Yeah, the
It's
hard rock.
The hard rock. I'm
Yeah.
like of a Norco, almost the same. So
Yeah.
I figured to do it on that.
You in, Chris, or what?
Sounds like fun.
It's fun. It's fun.
You
It's
sound
gonna be
very intrigued.
it's gonna be a
Sounds
lot of
skeptical.
work. I will say, like, it's probably one of the easier bike packing trips to get into,
Yeah.
but
Still,
It's a
still
lot.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta figure out. You gotta
Yeah.
plan your food out. You gotta get like freeze dried meals. You gotta have a
yeah,
like
I
a
don't know
like a
anything about
compact
it.
tent, and
I haven't done anything like this, so
I don't know. It
It'll
sounds
be
like
fun.
a neat experience.
I feel like the hardest part would just be like maintaining your nutrition.
Yeah,
nutrition and cadence and just a different train of thought when you're riding. Because I
Yeah.
think
It's got to be
we're
pretty
always used
leisurely.
to like
sending.
an hour to 2 hour ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably going a little hard. You'd probably you'd probably go a little harder than you should.
Yeah, so I don't know. It'd be nice to go with someone who's done it before, but it'll also be cool just to wing it.
Yeah.
You'll learn as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll survive. There's cell towers everywhere nowadays, anyways. So
Yeah, exactly. You get that what Space Link or whatever?
SpaceX or whatever.
That's
Neuralink.
Did Jared say
yeah.
SpaceX or SpaceX?
SpaceX.
Oh, I wonder how many people have done SpaceX.
Yeah, what do you call that? It's not the Mile High Club. It's
The 40 miles. How far is space? It's pretty far. It's a lot farther than I thought.
What the hell are you talking about?
SpaceX. If you want to use
SpaceX.
SpaceX, you have to be pretty damn high. Like,
You got to be high to have SpaceX.
oh yeah, this is
Space X or
Yeah.
space
like
sex?
okay. I said SpaceX, but then they said
then we
SpaceX,
just brought up the SpaceX
and then
topic.
like how
No,
high do you gotta when does it qualify as SpaceX?
upper orbit?
Do you got to
Above
be
the-
through the atmosphere
above
or
the stratosphere.
I think you probably can't you can't. You have to be in orbit. You can't be like falling to the
Oh,
ground.
I see.
Yeah,
Right.
Jeff-
As soon as you're not
So-
falling to the ground, you're
Yeah.
So
good.
you got to have some suborbital space.
Yeah,
sex.
Jeff Bezos
Ah.
cheated. He wasn't in orbit.
Well, so
Yeah.
what did I don't even know what they did. Were they just like launched up and launched down, or what?
Pretty
Basically,
much. Yeah.
so they're high enough that I don't think gravity's the thing, but
Yeah, you
I
lose
think they're
gravity.
still pulled to the
Okay,
ground.
so how high was that Red Bull dude that jumped out? Like at
Probably the same.
it
He was
pretty
in
similar,
the
yeah.
he was at the top of the stratosphere or whatever.
He
It'd be
would have
the-
gone just less so
troposphere or
that there
whatever.
was still gravity because he needed gravity for sure.
Yeah, there was gravity, but there wasn't enough. What do you call it? Air pressure or
Mhm.
so he was falling. You can't control yourself. There's not enough resistance on the
So-
air.
So you're
It's
just like-
free.
so,
you're
like,
barely falling.
no matter what maneuver you do,
You
there's
just
not
tumble.
enough friction.
Oh yeah.
So that's why he tumbled for
That's gotta be
Did you see-
insane.
did you
That's
see the video of it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched it.
he's
Yeah.
whipping around
It's nuts.
like a whip a curveball.
yeah.
He had a knuckleball.
Like a- he looked
he was
like
a knuckleball going.
Yeah, like a really
That's
shitty
crazy.
football throw.
Have you, I know. I think I showed you guys on the bachelor party, but I don't know if Keelan's seen it. This guy that jumps from, he jumps like it was like the highest ever jump without a parachute, and he lands in this big
Oh.
net, and it's
Yeah,
like
that's
the
so
gnarliest,
sketchy.
the gnarliest thing I've ever seen. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
man, stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you guys see the clip with Jeff Bezos talking about he was like, or it was like a little like press conference after or maybe it was before the flight, I can't remember, but he's like, all of you paid for this and I thank you.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
every Amazon employee that's
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
monitored and shit
Oh
on all
my
the time.
God.
Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's like, I thank all of you. Just the biggest fu to all these people.
yeah.
Fucking dickhead.
That just shows how disconnected he is with everything, right? He thought that was like
Yeah,
a kind
well-
gesture. Like
Yeah.
Was it
No.
it to the employees or did he mean like
he said the employees, I think.
oh
Or he was
'cause,
just
like,
saying, like,
and the
anybody who's
customers,
made a
and the
purchase,
customers,
right?
Yeah, he was just
Yeah.
like saying basically anybody that has used Amazon, thank you.
yeah.
I'm going to space. But I
Yeah.
wonder if he it seemed like he was kind of joking. I don't know.
I don't know. The working in an Amazon warehouse sounds like a nightmare.
Apparently it's hell. They
Yeah.
track your
Yeah.
track your
I
movements.
wouldn't. Well, I guess some people feel trapped wherever they are.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They've put these warehouses where there's no jobs anyway. So
Yeah. And
I've
they
never felt that way in any job, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy how shitty it seems.
yeah, well they put like these this employee policy in place so that you really can't move up. So if you I can't remember his reasoning behind it, but so you will basically never move up. So they want a new turnover of employees because they're more hungry, I guess. I don't really remember how it works, but it's like
Oh,
the working conditions in an Amazon warehouse are really
Shit,
bad,
yeah.
really bad.
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. So it's kind of weird that it's almost seems like it's 90% automated. You would think that they would have figured out because he has like entire grocery stores. You don't even need to pay.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
don't even need to like ring anything in. You
yeah.
once you've grabbed it off the shelf,
it knows. Yeah,
Yeah.
it knows and it's already charged it to your account.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's
they're pretty
messed.
slick.
That seems pretty cool. But you'd think you would have everything else sorted out. But like it gets to a point where you're working in this warehouse, you got like a camera like watching you take a shit.
And you have a X amount of time, like especially
do.
delivery guys, right? They have X amount of time to deliver. Say they have to deliver a bed frame and they have to install it. They have like 26.3 minutes, whatever they have allotted for that. And if you don't meet that, you're like, that's
They
one
just
one
can
strike,
you.
one
Oh,
strike,
really?
two strike, three strike. You're
So
gone.
I'm just thinking, like, as like people, it's just like it's so demoralizing, and you get there's no, I don't know, there's no purpose in a job like that, right?
No.
You're just like
Yeah.
a really crappy machine that Jeff just is hoping he can like figure out and get real machines to do your job.
But
right?
I understand like why, like I don't agree with it, but I understand why he does this because like
Yeah, it
this
makes
last
sense.
week I was running the shop. The foreman was on holidays, so I was running the shop. And then you're like relying on guys to do stuff, but then you see them fucking around talking, and you're like, dude, this is like urgent stuff. We got to get this on
Yeah,
the truck. And
yeah.
they're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And, like I understand why he would like go to those measures.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not saying it's right, but
And there's a need too for that like for that supply or that basically that level of supply. Like
yeah.
the world's so bloody big now, like
Yeah.
like it would probably not operate at the level we're operating now if we didn't have an Amazon, you know,
Exactly.
and an Alibaba. And basically, I think those are the two major things, like Amazon and Alibaba. I don't know.
I've never
What's Alibaba?
It's I think it's a
East Indian version.
Oh,
of-
I see, I see.
and they
or Indian
they're
version of a-
huge.
Yeah.
Is that the guy who owns Formula One team?
I don't know.
I thought he owned the pink team.
I thought it was a Canadian guy that owns that team.
Yeah.
now.
Now.
Oh no, yeah, he bought it. That
Yeah.
Stroll dude
Stroll.
bought it. Yeah. No, but I've never used Alibaba, or there's another one, Air something.
Air.
Fuck, what is it called?
Actually,
But it always shows up in ads for like dirt cheap shit. Like,
Oh,
Or
really?
like Wish.com or something like
it's
that.
one of
yeah.
those, and it's like, I don't know, like a $5,000
Oh, you're thinking
bike.
of Wayfair.
Wayfair?
Wayfair?
Maybe, I don't know. But
Dude.
and then it'll show
Those-
an ad for one of those bikes for like, $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
Dude,
what the hell's
Wish.com will
going on?
show the most ridiculous shit. They'll show like, okay, you could buy like a ping pong table, or you could buy like a 40-foot sea can. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's the most ridiculous thing.
So
ever.
apparently there is a huge sea can shortage in like most places.
Oh yeah.
Well, because they're all sitting out in the sea right
They're
now.
sitting in the sea.
full of shit.
That and China's apparently hoarding them. And
What else, dude?
dude, China's taking
Well,
over
I
the
think-
world.
Apparently,
honestly,
the Chinese sea cans are shit. Like
I
just
think they
rot
need
out
to right now
away.
because probably they're wrapping up like normal production, and they just probably don't have like space for shit. So they probably need the cans. Like,
Yeah.
but when I was building that sea can building out in Banff, that company in Edmonton bought every sea can he could get a hold of like 6 months ago.
No way.
He bought like literally every sea can for sale in Western Canada.
It's crazy. I wonder if they're like the price of sea cans is going up just
Ins-
like everything
I
else.
bet.
did.
Yeah. So like you always used to hear like, oh, you could get a sea can for like $5,000 and do all this. They're like 15 grand now.
Holy
if you
hell.
can get one.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that sea can house must be worth some
Yeah,
money.
it's worth some money out
So
there.
did you see it on the way out to Landon's? There's
yeah.
this there's this weird house.
It looks like something out of GTA 5.
It
Yeah.
looks like a very scary situation going on.
There's like
there.
this weird square house with like a flat roof, and then next to it is like all these sea cans stacked up with like plywood boarded off.
The square house is definitely sea cans just
Well,
covered in vinyl
yeah, you're
It's
siding.
totally right.
unfinished, right? Yeah, it's unfinished right now.
There's some
Yeah.
human trafficking going on there. So if you're a
That's
police officer,
weird.
go check that area out. It's right off the
Standard.
560. What is it? 564.
64.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go check that out. It's messed up out there. Some weird stuff going on.
Yeah, you could if you saw that place like sitting out in the hills somewhere, you'd be like, okay, don't go near this
Yeah,
place
yeah.
at all.
It's so
Shoot.
bizarre.
Maybe it's a movie set or something. Shoot movies out there.
I guess they could
Hopefully,
be.
hopefully.
Now, your mom would know. Your mom's a movie set director, basically.
Not
director,
she's
but-
an on-set painter.
That's
Oh
pretty-
no. So my sister's now the on-set painter for one movie. I don't even know what
Yeah.
movie she's on. So she basically sits there in a work van that they gave her to drive. And when they're doing scenes, most of the painting and everything's done. So the only thing would be like if they changed scene and something got damaged,
Yeah.
like camera gear hit something, they'd need like one touch up. So she basically just sits there waiting for something to do, waiting for them to say, paint this.
Yeah.
No way.
And yeah, she's getting paid like, I don't know, like $30 an hour.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Just to hang out.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
Is
Yeah.
it quite an operation? Like, is there a lot of people on these sets and stuff?
So
Or like, what's a
the
crew
Alberta, I don't know 100% how it works, but so there's like the giant movie production, which Paramount or whoever it would be wants to do this film, and then they get they hire production crews and everything, which are their own kind of entity,
Yeah.
and then they have it's like general contractors that they hire, which are all like movie specific. And a lot of times they have their own props and stuff. And now here we do a lot of westerns and stuff. So like some of these contractor and groups have like sea cans full of like western stuff, like carriages and shit like that. And they just kind of hire and then it's a part of a union. So these groups have to hire people out of the union. It gets kind of weird and complicated.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's a good gig.
Yes, your mom's been doing that for a while. She did like the whole Ghostbusters thing.
Yeah,
She was on part
so
of that.
the new
whole thing.
Ghostbusters that should be out in November, I hear.
Yeah, it was shot out by Drumheller, wasn't it? Or something like that?
Yeah. Most of it's Drumheller. I think a good piece of it was even in Calgary. Some of it, most movies are just random warehouses and random cities, and they can do whatever they want, right? A big ass green screen, and away you go. So
Well, there was that one show, I think Fargo.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
shot in Calgary. Like you can tell
Yeah,
all these
Calgary
like
and
rural, like
Bicycler.
range roads and township roads. You can
Mhm.
tell.
Yeah, there's one shot, or there's like one scene shot at the UFA in Bicycler, and but it was like staged in Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think
I've
they got
seen a
UFA in Minnesota.
There was some in Strathmore too. They shot at like Leroy's Motor Inn. I seen the
Oh,
sign.
really?
I'm like, that's Strathmore.
That's
right there.
Leroy's. Oh, that's funny.
yeah.
That's kind of cool. Even like the Revenant movie
Mm-hmm.
and all that.
Yeah, I
like,
never
that's cool.
watched that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of like smaller Netflix films. You can tell it's right in Kananaskis, like
Yeah.
right by Black Prince, right on Spray Lakes. There's a bunch of movies filmed out there. It's
Actually,
cool.
yeah, I think there was a scene from that Fargo show that was in Spray Lakes,
Mhm.
like where everybody goes ice skating and stuff.
Yeah.
Where's Spray Lakes?
Right up behind the mountain in Canmore. If you're,
Oh, yeah.
you know, when you're on your way to the Nordic Center,
Yeah.
you should take that road up and over the mountain. It's right
Okay.
up there.
I never actually been up there, but
It's cool.
Yeah, it's nice. Even it's like if you're bored one weekend, want to take the lady for a nice scenic drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
we've been out to Moraine Lake's unreal, but it's like so many people out there.
Yeah. So
Getting their Instagram shots.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, no, it's pretty quiet up in Spray Lakes. There'll be people, but
Mhm.
not that kind of crowd. I can't believe how like popular as like an international tourist spot Marine Lake is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
unreal, eh?
It's like
Yeah.
shows up on my Instagram all the time with like random dream travel spots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was even watching like a random like what do you call them? Not dubstep, but like a house mix.
Oh yeah.
There's like this one guy that has like I love all his house mixes. They're pretty sweet. It's like Sam Felt.
Okay.
And one of his album covers is Moraine Lake.
Oh, really?
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the
That's funny.
Instagram gals got to get there and poke their butt out and get the
Mhm.
shot.
Mm-hmm.
Flash their tits.
Well, that's getting a little far.
Well,
That's
well, you
that's
might
not-
as well.
that's
at that
not
point.
class.
Just
Classy
gotta
on the
cover the
Instagram world.
nips. That's it.
Cover them, put some stickers on them.
There you go.
That's all you need to do. Stickers
Yeah,
on the nips.
what was the whole movement for a while? Is free the nips.
Free
and
the
now,
nips.
now they cover the nips and free the boob.
yeah, free the nips. Now we'll just cover the nip.
Free the boob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so weird how all these like movements take off and
These fads.
it's weird.
Yeah. It's funny. Well, they're fads, but you always figure out like growing up the reason why things are the way they are. Like you try and like change whatever you're doing, and then sure as shit you'll figure out, oh, that's why they do it that way.
Yeah.
I know it always in like construction, right?
Yeah.
Like, why do we still use like claw hammers when we have power drills and everything else, right? You figure out, you get on site and it's like, oh yeah, this is a
You-
fucking sweet tool.
Yeah, you need this at some
You
point.
need this, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm wondering how we got from free the nip and free the boob to claw hammers.
Claw hammers, I know, right?
Oh man.
But
Just stick to free the nip.
free the nip.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
move-
well, there must be a reason. I don't know. Chicks would have to explain why it's going from free the nip
I thought
to
it was
cover
a-
the nip or free the
Free
nip.
the
I
nip
don't
to
know.
cover the nip.
I thought free the nip. It was like a
To get rid of the bra thing, I think.
Yeah,
That was
not-
the burn the bra movement, I think.
yeah. It wasn't like a feminist movement, but it was like a feminine like movement.
supported by
Well, they want
males.
to
That-
desexualize the nipple. is
That's
what it is.
exactly. I
Yes,
guess
yes.
it does make sense because it's more like lucrative when it's always
Still,
hidden.
the
right?
reason,
Yeah.
and then this comes back to the reason why things are the way they are is chicks with giant tits need a bra, or else they're like,
Yeah, those
tits are gonna be like,
hanging out.
Yeah.
yeah, they
it's gonna
can,
hurt
like-
their back. It's,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
It's tough.
Although I think
So-
bras are fucking people up. I think, aren't they? Isn't that part of the movement?
I have no idea. I'm sure it's
yeah.
contributing.
Like you're not
to
supposed to sleep
something,
with a
yeah.
bra on.
Oh yeah, no.
no,
So why wear a
I
bra
don't-
during the day? I don't know.
yeah, I
It's,
don't
well,
know.
it's because if you don't, well, I don't know. I guess it's from what I know, in my background of knowledge, is that
Let's cold call some.
cold call
someone who would-
Sloan.
Yeah.
So why do you wear a bra?
Well, it's a balance. So they need the bra to like, so that they don't get saggy, but also at the same time they can't wear a bra too much, so that
Because
they
they
work.
will get saggy.
they
if
gotta work the
wear too much.
muscles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's,
I
guess
it's
all
not the
makes sense.
muscles; it's the skin, the elasticity of the skin. or
yeah,
whatever
it's
they call
everything,
that.
yeah.
I know my girlfriend needs to double bra it when she goes mountain biking. I just get bouncing around too
Oh, yeah.
much.
Yeah.
you
It'd be
know?
so honestly, it'd be so fucking annoying. If you had
Yeah,
big tits and
that's
you're trying to
something
mountain
I-
bike or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like just bouncing all over the place. Be smacking in the face. and-
How many people have that issue?
There's I imagine like a lot of people do.
Well, people like buy double D tits, so I'm sure
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
an issue.
But
Oh,
those
yeah.
things have some weight to them. Like if you got fake tits, they're not like flapping up this. They're just gonna go like this. They're gonna
Yeah.
move in
the
a
bolt on
linear motion.
Bolt-on, yeah,
The
they're
linear-
bolted in place,
Yeah,
right?
it's the naturals they gotta worry about.
I really hope we get some comments from whatever female viewers we have to let us know.
Yeah.
I think we have like 78%
Our-
male
The
viewership.
next episode's just going to be an apology to female.
Yeah.
viewers. Sorry for our ignorance.
Like, you have no idea what fake tits are like. Or something. Who knows?
Apparently, there's a real issue with like fake tits are giving women like serious side effects from all the toxins.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I
health
think
issues.
cheap tits
Cheap
like
tits.
leak the
Not
silicone
even
or
cheap
something.
ones, just like
Mexican
in
tits.
general.
Mhm.
Apparently, in general,
Yeah,
there's
doesn't
new
surprise me.
techniques and stuff. Maybe,
Yeah.
but
Well, I
Yeah.
think that like some people are having like
it's like like the same thing as an organ rejection. And
Yeah,
yeah.
or like a sensitivity to whatever the chemical is,
Yeah.
like the plastic.
Yeah.
It's like
silicone.
it's like no different than some people can't stand latex or something
Yeah.
like
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
similar to that.
And apparently, if you break your fake tits open, that's not good,
probably-
right?
that'd
No,
be
it's a
bad
huge
news,
problem.
Yeah.
Wasn't it saline? I thought they were just
Silicone, isn't it?
I thought some are full of saline. Or
I
something
don't know,
like
I'm
that.
not an
I
expert
doubt
on
it's
this.
just something as safe as that.
Yeah, I guess that would probably break too easy too.
Yeah, saline would. Yeah, depending on what you wrapped it in.
Or
It's
maybe I'm thinking of or there was like temporary tits you could get.
Yeah, it's
That's
probably
what
good in
temp tits.
Yeah, no, I thought there's
tit
this.
injections.
Yeah, there's this procedure. Apparently, there's this procedure you can get where they like basically inject you with saline, and it like basically gives you big boobs for a week or something like that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Maybe
surprise
that's
me.
what I'm
This
thinking.
like
about.
inflames your boobs and just
Going to your 10-year high school
Yeah.
reunion. I need some big boobs this
Yeah.
week.
Holy shit, Jessica really filled out.
Could you imagine dating that girl and like one week you're like, oh yeah, this chick, she's still. Then next week you go to meet her for dinner.
What?
Christopher, are you objectifying women based on their body
No.
parts? Are you kidding me?
I'm just saying it would be a very awkward conversation to have. To be like,
But you wouldn't
"Ooh,
expect to be catfished by tits.
Yeah.
That's
Just
our
the tits.
show
Like
title.
the face would be the same, and then just the tits would different. Be like,
Holy shit.
what just am I?
Uh.
It must be the shirt.
This is taking what did the stuffing? Is that what girls do? Stuffing.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
taking stuffing to a whole nother level of
Yeah.
deception.
Mhm.
Catfish by tits.
Next thing you know, they're gonna be like 2-hour tits. So you go to bed with a girl, they're big, you wake up in the morning.
Yeah, just some
How
like
drunk
cream
was I
you
last night?
just some cream you rub on them.
Some icy hot.
I think we could be onto something like business wise here. You know, that's something
Should we just cut this part out and save it for ourselves?
Yeah,
We
a
could-
$1 million idea.
we could sell this to like the chicks going out to the clubs.
Dude,
you
well,
know,
how
they
much how much money do temporary tattoos make? Imagine temporary tits.
So,
Yeah.
like the good temporary tattoos are a great idea. I never even.
Yeah.
I
Where
haven't.
they like airbrush it onto you.
I don't know. I think it's some kind of ink, but it washes off.
Yeah.
But it's like just on the surface.
It's
of
like
your
a
skin.
henna tattoo.
Yeah, but it lasts like quite a while.
Like a week or two.
I think they even last longer than that.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
then you can like test drive a tattoo before you actually get it. Yeah.
if you really want.
It's not a bad idea.
test
really.
driving titties.
Test
drive
driving
some
titties.
tits.
There you go. I
Well,
wanna test
actually,
drive these tits.
if you don't want to like get permanent ones, but you want to try it out, like try out your size, you just
I'm sure they would just like get like a bra that's already fitted. with
Not the
that
same.
size too.
yeah, you need to feel the weight.
Need to be
you
in the
feel
shower,
them.
suds. You know. like,
Yeah.
yeah.
See
gotta-
if your man likes them or your
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Partner.
Yeah, that's
Partner. Yeah.
That's an easier way to say that. I wonder if, well, actually, I feel like this probably happens more often than not, but like all great businessmen and entrepreneurs are just, they're sitting down in the basement, maybe with a couple buddies, drinking some beer.
Well, you know, every
Talking
dude
about
has
boobs.
thought about how do I make my chick's tits bigger and how do I make my dick bigger. That is what's going on here, right? And every dude in the entire planet has thought about this, and no one has either. They have answers and they're keeping it from us, or it's just a lost cause and we all should just give up on this idea.
That's not where I was going, but all right.
Okay, look, Keelan, double back to your.
Well, I was just saying, like, for business ideas, you know, you just
Nowhere you can go is going to be as good as with Tuts.
Yeah, I know. You
Well,
took-
that's what I mean. This has already been thought of. There's no business ideas for it.
well, I know for sure, definitely. Saline boobs.
Saline tits.
Guarantee
Yeah.
it came out of a situation like this.
Definitely, I think 16-year-old Keelan to about
Now,
28-year-old Keelan has wondered how to manage.
Intimate parts.
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah. I didn't want to call him out on air. You know, make him feel.
Gotcha. Nice sock. I like the socks tucked into the pants. I like it.
That's how you keep the ticks out.
The ticks.
Yeah, man. I got Lyme.
You could. They could be that lime.
Yeah, you got a tick bite you on the ass when you're sitting on the can.
I got the Lyme. I don't know what I got.
Got some.
When do you think you'll have this issue sorted out?
Hopefully hear from him tomorrow. He was supposed to call me on Friday, but he never did.
Well, that's good then. At least you're gonna get maybe some answers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than not having issues and not knowing what the hell's going on or how to fix it, where to go.
Yeah, broken bones are so easy, right? You
Yeah.
get an X-ray,
Plate
you
it
get-
or cast
you
it
know, but like when you're trying to find these little mystery problems, it's like you'd think that science, like the medical industry, is good enough they can figure this shit out, right? They can like literally make an artificial heart
Yeah.
and put it in you, but you could try to figure out little blood type issues. I don't know, and it's
anything
like
stomach or digestive.
Same as, like,
it's a
tract,
nightmare.
Head injuries, there's no like concrete way to diagnose it until I went to this
Yeah.
place recently. It's like they actually have concrete answers of what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. I might bite the bullet and see if I can do one of those.
I'll show you that.
neural
I'll show you that
exams.
USB thing first, so you know what it's like before you
Yeah.
know you want to spend the money. But yeah, I know it's good to have like some actual data to go on.
Yeah.
Pretty revolutionary,
Yeah.
actually. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you had to shit in the tub.
That's why I had to shit in the tub.
Yeah. Who knew your brain and your shithole would be linked together?
Well, it's like it's like your gut bacteria.
Oh, I gotta say, I get really stressed out when I need to shit and I'm not near a toilet. So
Oh, man.
that's a mental
That's a
condition.
mental game right
Oh
there.
my god.
We're gonna make it to this shitter or not?
Have you ever crapped your pants?
Yeah.
Dude, no one
Yeah, not even think
Dude,
about it. Yeah.
When moto, not even moto, we were on 80s, and actually it was with Chris. We're out in the desert out by Vegas.
I remember this story.
And we're just cruising. I had like planned on taking a shit out there. I had like one on deck ready to go. I brought paper towel with me. We come over this cliff. And I'm like, when I got to the bottom, I just fucking couldn't hold it. So I had to pull over and like clean myself up and deal with it all. And
have you shit yourself, Chris?
Have I shit myself? Oh, not in my adult life that I can remember. Other than like I've pulled off the track mid moto
to shit.
to go shit. Just like situations like there was one time where I was coming home from school when I was in night school. So it was probably only like 10:30 or 11 that night, and I had to shit real bad as I was leaving the school. I was like, no, I'll make it home. I'm not going back into the school because I had left it already. Get to my truck. I'm thinking, fuck, I'm not making it home. I better go back to school and shit. And then it happened so fast. I opened my truck door, pulled my pants down. I'm like, I'm shitting in this parking lot right now. I didn't do it. But I thought it was happening right there. It's like, okay.
Was it just a fart?
No,
Oh,
just
it's
I was like, no, I can't do that. Like I just like some mental thing was just like, no, okay, you cannot do that.
This is not
So,
socially acceptable.
Pack her up, get back in the truck. You know, I'm driving basically as fast as I can to get home. I'm halfway there coming down Crowchild Trail. And I see a gas station. I'm like, okay, gas station it is. Pull over, go in. Oh, can I use your washroom? No.
Oh,
No washroom. I'm like, it's right there. Just let me use it. This is a dire emergency.
I will shit in the sink if I have to.
I told him, I was like, I'll buy the whole store. I was like, I'll buy the whole store or I'm shitting on your front door. And he was just, no. So I went out back of that Esso and I shit in the back of there. I mean,
man.
like the guy had a washroom. Why couldn't he just let me use it?
You
And I
gotta
was
go.
like,
You gotta
yeah.
go,
Probably
man.
some sort of illegal operation going on in
Yeah.
there or something.
Have
Didn't
you
have
you
to
shit
see.
your pants?
Oh yeah, there's way too many stories of that. Yeah.
Way too many.
Way too many.
Dude, at work, sometimes like guys will take shits for 30 minutes, and we only have 2 stalls in the shop, and it's like you go in there every 5 minutes. You're like, shit, come on, let's go, let's go, and then
You just like tap dance.
and then I'm like, I run into the office and I'll shit in the office bathroom.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not supposed to do that, but
No.
yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of stories of crap in my pants. But there was one good one where back when it was like myself and Charlie Johnson, and I had that little Datsun with the flat deck,
Oh, yeah.
and we were hanging out and we're driving out to my parents' place, and we're just like, I think we had both our bikes on the back. We're gonna go ride one out of my parents when I had the track still, and we get to the turnoff onto my parents' road, and I was like feeling kind of like grumbly guts on the way out there, and literally before we even like turn off of Glenmore onto the road, I like didn't even make it to the side road. We like pulled over on Glenmore, and I got out and I whipped open his door because he was sitting in the passenger seat. And I took a dump in the ditch, and he was sitting right beside me. And I whipped open his door so people can see me, but then all the oncoming people could see me.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh man, this is embarrassing.
I've taken a shit in the ditch before.
Cars honking. I'm like, oh fuck.
But you know, you gotta go. You gotta go. Have you ever like really had to shit on the line?
No, I just like to pee a lot.
Yeah, I pee like every 5 minutes on the line. It's rough. Pee every 5 minutes and then pee on the hot lap, and then you should be good.
I'm sure there's probably a racer out there that's crapped himself.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure Ricky's shit himself. They've said
Yeah,
because he had like IBS while he was.
Well, there was
racing.
McGrath had this story in his book about how he shit himself.
Yeah,
Or maybe
yeah.
he didn't shit himself,
Yeah.
but he was like on the border of shitting himself.
what's IBS?
I'm sure it's having like
Oral
irritable.
irritable bowel
Yeah.
syndrome. Yeah.
Did someone just shit themselves?
Someone to shit themselves.
Maybe me. I don't know. All sorts of weird stuff's been happening.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Oh man, we're getting
that's,
rowdy with these booms. I know I've
Other
been
niggas.
smashing this thing myself.
RBS, rowdy boom syndrome.
That could be another show title.
Yeah, rowdy boom syndrome.
We need to like. I like how like the main event moto pod they do like they'll take like one little snippet and just
Yeah.
make it their show title.
Yeah,
I think we got to start doing stuff
yeah,
like
we'll do
that. Make it a little more exciting.
Exciting. Rowdy boom.
Rowdy boom syndrome.
Oh man.
This episode's gone from like tits to shit.
We've covered a wide variety of
Description on
topics,
this one. The guys talk about shit, tits, rowdy boom
Yeah,
syndrome.
I'm sure every guy has sat in his basement thinking about how to get his chick's tits bigger than his dick.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh man, I took the extends for a while.
Oh my
You buy him
no.
You buy him a GNC. I don't think it did work.
We might
I don't
have
think
to.
so.
We might have to
It's a
make a
placebo?
Patreon count now.
Yeah.
So did it? Did it?
No, I don't think it did anything.
You already kind of got a big hog on you, anyways.
Shit, we're getting intimate here. Oh my god.
I've seen it. It's a big old hog. You're nothing to be ashamed about.
Oh, wow.
If anything, you should be ashamed that you're packing more than the other boys.
Yeah, share the wealth.
Yeah,
If I could, I would.
tell us your secret.
I eat food.
Food. You eat food. Okay. Good. Good to know. Yeah, I don't know.
Pre-morning meditations.
They're again, it's funny that in like you can literally cut someone's heart out of someone else and put it in you and it works.
Yeah.
But you can't give a dude an inch.
Oh my god.
Like,
It'd
come
be- It
on.
would be like $1 trillion industry.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
you get out of hand. Guys would start making
Like-
kickstands and coat hangers.
yeah. Lassos.
Yeah. It's not even functional anymore. Just because-
Oh my god.
Jeez. We seriously have to like. This is bent after dark.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put a disclaimer in halfway through.
It's already out there.
It's
This one's
live.
live. So it's,
Is anybody
it's
watching?
too late. No.
Good.
That's
Oh,
so
man.
funny.
Jesus. Well, I'm glad it's just for us. This has been nice.
After Dark is a pretty dirty title.
After dark.
Get bent after dark. All right, boys. Anything else? Or how long have we been rolling? It's got to be like
That's 2.5.
Yeah,
holy
not
shit,
bad.
pretty good. Anything else? Anyone else got any
Uh,
last thoughts? Any last
no.
words?
Yeah,
I don't know how you could end it any better than RBS, tits, shit, and
And,
giving a brother an inch.
and Bent After Dark.
Bent after dark.
All right, let's
We need
fade
some,
out.
some-
Yeah, get some
hold
tunes on the
here.
way out.
Holy shit.
Extends after dark.
Right. That's it.
That's
We're
it.
out.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.
My mind is filled with ghosts, and more than most of all my love's gone wrong. My mind should be the way most people say that I should just move on. My mind is focused on things past and gone where I have no control. I can't forget the used to be I used to see, but now no more.